Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it. Say it with them. I don't give a I'm cool with it. Play and peep the fans with them. Yeah.
Welcome back to another NFL draft show with Cinco Squad. With me here, my brothers, of course, is Mike and Trey Day. Looking focused today, fellas. It's our third year doing this. It's always a fun time. It's 3 hours of us just watching the picks, even though the picks are mostly in. So, fellas, how are you doing on this NFL draft night? Congratulations on our third one. And thank you for everyone tuning in.
To be honest, I'm ready for this to be over. I'll be so exhausted by the time we get here because I can't look at another mock draft. I'm so over this.
So Trey's done. Wants his quarterback. He's going to have Shedeur Sanders as his quarterback. So what do you think about that? It's an all day I've been hearing. This is the most draft coverage I've watched all year, all pretty much the year. I've watched it this morning. Watched basically Shannon Sharp dismissed himself from ESPN, and then basically everyone just kept talking about Shedeur. Where's he going? Where's he going? I'm like, God damn. It's pretty annoying. I agree with you, Trey.
Mike, what about you? I think you're on mute, Mike.
Yeah, it's kind of insane how much is being put in time and effort is being put into talking about where Shedeur Sanders is going instead of any of the other much more valuable players. I've been talking about it, for most of the lead up to the draft I'm not high on any quarterback here. I don't even think that Cam Ward necessarily deserves to be the number one pick. I understand he's going to be because Tennessee needs a quarterback and they're in love with him from what it sounds like. But I think there's a lot better overall, more impactful players than any of the quarterbacks in this draft. Other than that, I'm just really sitting here hoping that the Giants don't screw up the number 3 pick because it's going to be really easy to do it. And it could include having Shedeur Sanders become a Giant, which I don't want at all.
How are you actually feeling about Jameis and Russ? Who do you want to start?
Jameis. I didn't want Russ at all. I was happy when they signed Jameis. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not expecting him to be the franchise quarterback. I like Jameis. He's got good energy. He's a good locker room guy. He could help, boost the culture of the team, which seemed to be very lacking the last few years. And then they went and signed Russell Wilson for some reason. It's a 1-year deal. It's not like they're going to win anything with Russell Wilson or without Russell Wilson, so I don't really get the signing. And that makes me extra scared that they're going to pick a quarterback at the 3rd pick because that's just feels like a Giants thing to do, is to sign 2 veteran quarterbacks and then get a quarterback.
But I don't get why you're so upset about that, right? They signed 2 veteran quarterbacks for that reason, in my opinion, only because they let that quarterback sit behind the 2 quarterbacks for a year, let them learn the system, not throw them into the wolves because maybe some of these quarterbacks aren't ready. I mean, most of them aren't ready. So why are you so against that? I don't understand. When you say I signed those 2 guys, I was like, oh, you guys are definitely taking quarterback now because now it gives a guy to sit in the system, learn how to be a professional. Learn from 2 guys, especially everyone shits on. We all shit on.
Actually, can I pause you really quick? Why is Roger Goodell riding on the bike on the stage right now?
Because Lil Wayne gave
with Lil Wayne. With Lil Wayne.
What's going on right now?
I guess that's a.
Yeah, I don't know. Looked up and I just saw Roger Goodell.
I don't know. You got Lil Wayne. I forget that guy. Oh, there's Clay Matthews. I don't know the other guy. The other guy's on with Joy Taylor.
Buddy.
I don't know.
What's up, Lady Alpha, by the way? Thanks for stopping through. Definitely appreciate it. What's up? Hope you're having a good night. And by the way, we have someone else who's locked in and ready to give some more draft thoughts. A certain person who's been at every NFL draft because he's a certain elderly person. Let's say this in a nice way. Grandpa Jay, where you at?
There he is. There is the grandpa of all Grandpa Jays. A little bit delayed as he normally is.
Wouldn't be right if he wasn't.
Can you hear us, Jay?
He can't. Yeah, but video's a little delayed and hopefully it fixes itself.
You got 3 hours to fix it, so.
Yeah, don't worry. We got plenty of time.
Jay, question for you. Mr. Gambler person. Over or under 3.5 trades in the first round?
Under.
How many is your
Not
prediction?
including since Cleveland just made one. If it doesn't include that one, under. But if it includes what happened already that we know, then over.
Got you. Okay. Shout out to V Jim from Maine. Shout out, definitely. Thanks for stopping through. We
Home of
appreciate it.
Cooper
Feel
Flag.
free to stay in the chat. Huh, Mike?
I said home of Cooper Flag.
Home
Maine.
of Cooper Flag. But yeah, stay in the chat with us. Lock in. Shoot any questions out there. We always ready to talk. What about y'all? Y'all think over or under 3.5? John, trades in the first round.
Over under. You said how many?
3.5 trades in the first round.
Nah, I think it's under. I don't think it's not going to be that many. I don't think there's that many teams that are that. There's not that many players, as we talked last on Monday with Mr. U. There's that many players that are worth trading all your picks up for and doing stuff like that, right? So I see, like I told you, I thought the Eagles are going to make a big trade and maybe trade either out of the first round with their pick for a player, but that's about it. I can't see very much. I don't think you guys are going to trade up to go get Shador.
I mean, you don't necessarily. Remember, when we say trades, that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be traded to house. I mean, it might be trading for 20 to 19, which might be just like a fourth round. I mean, so those are trades too. When we say trade,
I don't know. I just don't see a lot of teams maybe making those moves. Like I said, I could be completely wrong, but I just don't think it's that type of draft where you're making all these type of moves.
No, I get you. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, no, I'm going to take the under too. I'm going to say at most we're just going to have a couple. It doesn't feel like that kind of, that kind of draft this year. It really doesn't. I feel like everybody's kind of set for the most part. I feel like everybody's kind of set where they want to go. In fact, and I mentioned this to you guys before we started that I had a fun fact for you. The fun fact is that going into the draft, this was the first time everybody had their original first-round draft pick since 1967 when the Common Era draft started.
I was going to say, is there 32 picks on there?
Yeah. Everybody going into this draft, everybody had their original pick.
Yeah, nobody traded their pick in the middle of the season to try to go make a move. Or last year, I guess that makes sense. Last year we didn't have anybody trade the house to move up, so that's usually what happens the year before. Somebody trades their future first to move up, and then ends up messing everything up.
All right, guys, breaking news. The Titans are on the clock for 45 minutes. So
all right, so we got time to kill.
Exactly.
You guys we go to dinner or something. By the time we go to dinner, come back, and we could fly to Trey right now, and the Titans will still be picking on the clock.
Pretty much.
Well, they only had 5 months to think about this. So
I'm gonna laugh next year when Arch is there. And it's going to be like, ooh, who's the one that won?
Right.
Unless it's like a team with like a quarterback who just had a bunch of injuries that year. That's the only reason why I don't see Arch next year.
And even then, in today's NFL, they could still take him.
Yeah.
We'll just move on from whatever quarterback they have.
That Georgia logo on the top of the stadium?
Oh, it is, too.
Why the hell did I got? Oh, that's a Green Bay Packer.
The Green Bay G. Green Bay G is
Listen, it's Green Bay, it's Georgia, it's Grambling State, and it's a bunch of high schools.
Grambling State also has.
Actually, I think Georgia and Green Bay took it from Grambling State. They owe them.
So here's a good bet. I bet you it's live on Vegas right now. Travis Hunter has not one, but he has 2 draft cards. Is Roger Goodell going to use the wide receiver one or the DB one?
He said he wanted both. He specifically said he wanted both.
So he's gonna have to say selected wide receiver and defensive back from Colorado.
They'll say both. I mean,
they'll probably say both. I mean, that's what he really wants. So they'll probably say both.
Defensive back, wide receiver.
I just find it funny that Tom Coughlin talked about it the other day, and this is old school Tom Coughlin. He was talking on the McAfee show, and he was saying about Travis. He's like, where would you play him? He goes, both ways. He goes, I find ways to make sure that he's not overrun, but I make sure he's in both sides of the ball at some point in the game. So I don't know. I mean, I would ultimately be in the same favor. Are you guys in the same favor of that? Like, would you play him both ways, or would you limit him to one side? I mean, he's top 5 in both positions.
Team need.
No, I mean, in this position, in this type of player, I don't think it's a team need at this point. But like, would you play him in both sides of the ball? Because I think he can be.
Yes.
Like you said, Jay, before, he's top 5 in both positions. So
I want him to actually last. I'm not playing him both ways. If he plays both ways, it's like 20 snaps on the other side. But I'm not playing him
right.
a full game. He kept getting hurt in college doing it both ways. Why do you think the pros is going to hold up? I mean, that's fine. Play him both ways, and maybe he'll make it to the second contract. We'll see how that works out. I'm not going to hold up doing that.
I think what you
Most
can
guys,
do.
look how many guys don't hold up and play one way in the league.
I think what you could do is it's more playoff, right? I think it's more of a playoff play where, like, okay, we got 2 plays for you in the playoffs. Like, let's just say he picks corner. I think in the playoffs, that's where you can see him kind of be more of an X factor. Where it's like, okay, we need a slot come in because at that point, people are hurt. You don't know what's going on. It could be a trick play. Oh, Travis is out there. It's just a decoy. It could be a good playoff strategy. But I'm with you. He played 190 snaps a game.
I also feel you have to address what's happening in real time during the season. So let's say you go bust on a wide receiver in the 4th round, but you hit on a DB in the 3rd and the 5th, and they're actually proving to be what you needed, but you're obviously in at the wide receiver position. Then you say, hey, we need you here. And so he's good enough to learn the playbook both ways. He's been doing that in his career. So you just fit the need for what the team needs, especially if they're competing at that point in the season, and say, look, Trav, you're 70% offense, 30% defense, for the next 4 games until X wide receiver gets healthy again or whatever it is. So that's the thing, man. Being a Swiss Army knife, how can you pass up on the guy at second?
But you also look at a guy like Debo, too, who's been absolutely run down. So
yeah,
throughout his career. Now the Niners.
Yeah, but they ran Debo like a running back too often. We know that was his rate of attrition was much more on that usage than it was, multiple positions.
Yeah, I got you. They're saying Cam Ward's playoff comparison or his NFL comp is Patrick Mahomes. You guys like that?
No.
I don't see the Mahomes. It's not even saying on the talent. I just don't see the Mahomes. I don't see the style of play being Mahomes.
No, like I don't see the style, and obviously don't see the talent, and like.
Is he even a multi-sport athlete?
What is that?
I mean, he might be, but at the same time, it's like
no, because that's why Patrick Mahomes can throw those, because of his baseball.
Yeah,
have different ways they can let go of the ball, and they can be creative. If you're not a multi-sport,
it was just like if someone didn't know that, they'd be like, "What the fuck? Does he even drink Starbucks? Like, what the fuck?
Does he even have an energy drink freaking sponsor yet?
Come on, dude." Probably being Cam Ward.
Is he even a part-time owner of the Kansas City Royals?
Mike, in response to Jim in the chat, he wants the Saints to trade down. What would you do if you were in charge of the Saints?
100%.
100% trade down. You need way more than the 1 pick is going to get you, and I think you can. Whoever you're aiming for, based on where you're at in the first round, whoever you're aiming for, I think you can be assured that you can at least get that position, if not the guy you want, which might be Shador, if you trade down.
And the pick is actually in.
It is.
Wow.
Now, the next question is, how long does it take them to announce it?
Yeah, so
they got to ride their bikes around Lambeau, come back.
Oh, that's going to take forever. That's a big place.
That is going to take forever.
It's going to be hours before we... Or Abdul Carter, but
I would go there because when you look at it, like, yeah, you need a quarterback, but I mean, why not stack the? I don't know. Why not just stack everything around you and then go get a quarterback next year? Go get
a good quarterback is
here.
A good quarterback is nothing if there's no team around him.
Obviously, they're impressed by what they see now.
Important in the meantime, this is actually important. The Browns are trading the number 2 overall pick, a 4th round pick, and a 6th round pick to the Jaguars. Are trading the number 5 pick and a 2nd round pick and a 4th round pick to move up in the draft.
The Jags must really love Travis or Abdul. It depends on who they really want. Huh?
I think it's Travis.
So the Jaguars are moving up in the draft
to number 2. Right?
So then, Mikey, we were talking about this. If they do go ahead and take Trav, would the Jags have pulled off the best 2
and Cam
positional
Ward
in the last 2 years?
Sorry.
Before we do that, Goodell's finally actually announcing our Cam Ward pick.
My bad.
It only took
That's all right.
20. It only took.
Is it 15
Okay,
minutes?
so it is official. With the number 1 pick, the Tennessee Titans select Cam Ward, quarterback from Miami.
He's going to Tennessee.
Cam Ward.
He goes from the live light in Tennessee in Miami to Tennessee. Well, he gets to party on
Now,
Broadway.
Jay, what were you
Isn't he
saying
in Nash
regarding
Vegas?
the Browns in that trade?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Jay, what were you saying regarding the Browns in that trade?
So I was more saying now the Jags obviously love Travis. If that's the deal, I was asking Mikey and I were talking about this. I said, have the Jaguars with that move secured the best 2 offensive positional players in the draft back-to-back years?
They must really like you because they also traded next year's first-round draft pick in there too. So, Mike, your fact will be not standing for next year.
Yep. Well, see, and that's why I wanted to get it in before we got into
I
the
guess
picks.
a good thing you got it in because that is. Chat, that's our guy.
What's up, Conrad?
What's up, Conrad?
Who's his team?
Conrad,
You know, actually,
more
to be honest with you, his
he is not
McNair
McNair
2.0, I would give him more of that comp than Mahomes comp today.
Yeah, I mean that's a comparison I could see.
This is going to be a bust. This pick is going to be a bust.
You think Ward's a bust?
I watched him play a few times in person. I'm like, I was not impressed. I mean, it's college, right? It could make a huge jump in that. But
we was at that game with you. You was hardly watching the game.
No, I went a couple more times. I went to like 3 3 Miami games. I went to more Miami games than I did ever fucking Michigan.
the thing is like we talked all year. He was Mr. Come from behind. It would always be like
Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, but is that more on Miami's defense than it is on him, though?
No, he was. I mean, he was
No,
okay. He was just more
wasn't
like
turning the ball over.
But he had plenty of opportunities to put the game away in the first half, and he never did.
Regardless of that, it's Miami's defense that kept the other teams sticking around, not Cam Warren.
Yeah, yeah, because they would just give up like 40 points in the first half.
Yeah, they give up way too many points.
But I don't know. I just don't see it from him. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, hope the kid has a bright future, but I don't know.
I think he'll be all right as long as Tennessee puts enough stuff for him. I don't trust the organization necessarily, but I think he has the talent and the right mindset and everything to be good. I just have never trusted the Tennessee Titans since pretty much Aaron McNair was there. I guess to go back to that player comp.
Well, I haven't trusted him to let go of Vrabel.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. On a side note, I'm sorry. It just thought occurred to me. Mel Kiper every year, I swear, looks more and more like an owl.
Like, I can see that. It's
yeah,
kind of nice because his hair's pushing back.
Conrad here
his hair's pushing back. His eyes are getting bigger.
He said a lot of people are leaning on that Georgia Tech loss. I got my man saying bus. Is that why we're saying that he's going to be a bust? Because you shouldn't lose to Georgia Tech.
I watched him play Syracuse. Go Orange, baby. I lost to them, too.
I did not watch him play Notre Dame.
What was that?
But you trust Kyle McCord, but you don't trust him.
I didn't say that. I didn't say all that.
You said Kyle
yeah,
McCord.
I guess I did say.
You literally talked about on Monday's show. So we have a proof. There's video. We can roll it back.
Proof. This was all imagination. We were dreaming. We were in the same.
Yeah, you was high.
I wish.
Yeah, I'm smoking on that Kyle McCord.
I have to imagine that Jacksonville traded up for Hunter.
I mean, that's the assumption.
Yeah, because they don't need a quarterback, and they don't.
They don't like. They went and got.
Well, taking in mind, they have a new GM who is the youngest GM in the league.
They may go.
I think he wants to make a splash.
I mean, I don't know. They may get Travis Hunter, but I also heard like they were high on Mason Graham. And I'm not just saying as a Michigan fan, but Mason Graham's supposed to go top 5. So.
There's no way in hell they ain't going to trade up for Mason Graham. You can stay where you
now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They
have the 4th pick too. Is that true? They have the 4th pick too.
No, New England has the 4th pick.
No, it's right here. 2025, 4th round.
Fourth round.
That 4th round pick.
Sorry.
So the Browns now have the 5th pick, correct?
What happened?
The Browns, they swap picks with Jacksonville, so they have the 5th pick now, correct? The Browns?
They have the 5th pick now. They also still have their 33rd pick this year, and they have the Jaguars pick 36 for this year, plus they have the Jaguars 1st round next year.
Well, I mean, that's a king's ransom. Is Tyler Warren worth it? Is that what they're going after? They feel like he's that good of a talent, then maybe they trade down and still get an offensive
They need help on the defensive side of the ball. That's why I don't like. So I get the whole Travis Hunter part, but they need more even line.
You want them to.
No, I'm talking about the Browns, not the Jags.
Who?
Talking about the Jags.
What?
The Jags
So-
need help on the defensive line, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so maybe they go with Abdul Carter instead of Travis Hunter because of that move. But now I'm saying for the
Any
Browns,
update on- have you guys heard anything on his leg? Like, did he get the surgery?
Or Hunter?
Who get surgery?
Carter. He was supposed to have surgery like a month ago.
Yeah, he got the surgery on his
Oh,
foot.
okay. I didn't know we were talking about Carter. I thought you were talking about
Yeah, he got surgery on his foot. That's why, like his draft stock was supposed to drop.
No, I guess he's healthy.
And the pick is in, so let's see how long it takes the next to get there.
I did hear something interesting.
You know, what's
Despite
wild is
the fact
that he's on a bike and he's probably still going to take a long time to get there.
Yes.
It's
Travis.
Travis. But by the way, shout out to
He's not
Margaret
there yet.
Santo. I'm not sure
What do you mean?
Which family member is Margaret, Mike?
Oh, that's my mom.
Oh, it's your mom. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not calling her Margaret. Shout out, mom.
And so the family members begin to roll in. Oh, that's Uncle Mike.
Sanders can go spit.
Uncle Mike in the house.
Is that what he said? No, no to the Steelers. I mean,
Sorry, I think that might be the case, Uncle Mike.
Hey, Lady Alpha, who's your team? Who you looking out here for tonight?
damn, he big as fuck. Who the hell's that?
Someone.
Oh, that's the Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner. I forget his name. He played for Miami. No, he played for. Oh, it's Armstead.
Oh, Eric Armstead.
Eric Armstead, yeah.
I knew I recognized him. I just couldn't put a name to him.
There are people online saying some sources online think Cleveland's going to make a couple more trades. So, by the way,
Further
that's
back.
Cleveland might hit the over all on their own.
That's trade one, by the way. I thought over, but that's trade one, by the way. So we keep count.
I heard an interesting.
Lady Alpha's team is Houston.
Houston. All right. I mean, y'all pulled the.
Lady Alpha,
pulled
what do
off
you want your Texans to do in this draft?
They better protect their QB.
I did hear an interesting.
They got where did Thompson end up going? I can't remember now.
Laramie?
Yeah, they traded him. I can't remember.
They traded him
Texan.
to.
He's
No,
on.
he was on the Texans.
Oh, they traded.
Oh, no, he traded to Washington. Washington, I think.
Yes. Yes.
Here comes Eric Armstead with the pick.
I'll be interested to see if they do what I heard they might do.
And Trey will announce it.
Mom has a good idea in the chat, by the way. I like that idea.
What's that?
You just keep the same jersey. You only got to buy new ones. Just keep doing
Exactly. Well, now he'll wear a different number, but we just put
Just wear
stickers.
10. Just say.
Who's the third pick?
The Giants be so
Giants.
bad. He wore 10 like that.
Giants.
Nobody actually had to go out and purchase.
It's Giants, Pats, now Browns, then Raiders, Jets, Panthers, Saints, Bears. That's the top 10.
The Bears. Let's see.
My sources are saying Travis Hunter is going to be the pick here. But just aside, that's
Aside.
I'm not an
Sources as in your 30-second.
The insiders are saying.
I'm not Armstead. I can turn my TV up. I'm the same place you at.
No, I know. I don't think.
On the low.
Yeah, if you were gonna do that, he was doing it for the splash. So there's no way he was not. They weren't trading up for him. If you were gonna trade all that, that means you're trading up for him. And knowing the Jags,
Oh, boy.
they're gonna let him play both. The Jags are gonna let him play both ways.
Oh, they're gonna 100% let him play both ways.
Travis Hunter is going
I
back
think it's
to
a bad
Jacksonville,
idea.
ladies and gentlemen.
What are you are really delayed.
He has returned.
Yeah, geez,
Huh?
Guys, guess what? Jaden Daniels is going to the Commanders.
I said you were really delayed.
What?
Did you not hear us say that?
I knew you had the pick. I'm just saying he's going back to Jacksonville. That's all
Oh. It's in the
Thought
pick.
you were announcing it.
Golly, man, you.
I said. No, I said he's going back to Jacksonville.
Why is he from Jacksonville?
No, remember that's why he played with Dion before Dion took off to Colorado. and took
yeah.
the-
Oh, he played for Jackson State. He played for Jackson
He played
State.
Jackson State. That's in Mississippi.
That's yeah.
Oh, that's in Mississippi. I
It's
don't know
not
why I thought they were.
Jacksonville.
You're talking
It's
about
not
Jacksonville
Jacksonville.
University.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they
Jackson
thought they were in
City.
northern Florida.
No,
There
that's
is a
Mississippi.
there is a school there. There's Jacksonville University, and then there's another one.
Yeah. And that's like University of North Florida or something.
So Lady Alpha said
That's
she
in
watched 4
Tallahassee.
games. Lady Alpha said she only watched 4 games last year. So she's not too sure she watched the Texas draft. As we know, Lady Alpha is a huge Ohio State fan, so she was occupied, watching champions do what champions do. And that's why we have our Ohio State gear. Instead of putting my Steelers gear out, I need to support all my championship guys as they walk across the stage tonight. So shout out to the Buckeyes. Jim, to answer your question, the other 3 guys are all in Tampa, and I am in Cleveland.
Speaking of Cleveland, Trey, I think you're in the wrong spot, man. They said that Hunt Bank Field's rocking right now. They got a rock concert going on. The stadium's packed. Should have been doing it live from the stadium.
You said what? You said what about should have been doing that?
So you should have taken a trip down to the stadium. It says it's rocking right now in Cleveland. I'm sure they were pretty pissed off by losing Travis with that trade, but we'll see if they're still happy after the pick. The stadium's rocking right now.
Talking to everybody around here, everybody had mixed feelings. Some people wanted Carter, some people wanted him. Like it was very mixed walking around the city, trying to hear what folks thought. There was definitely no consensus. A lot of people said trade back. My thought for them is I told all the Browns fans I thought they should trade back, which just was smart because the thing is you lost all those picks to the Watson trade. So now they basically just acquired back all of the basically mess up for the Watson trade of getting back that first round pick this year. You still got one. You get one for next year. I think they got a second. They got second this year. Like that makes up for a lot of stuff. So it was smart. I just know for Jacksonville, this better work because if it doesn't,
Yeah.
you're screwed.
You mortgage your future on him. He better hit.
Mikey. Please take a quarterback.
Dear God, please don't.
Take a quarterback. Take quarterback in every pick for the Giants. Something needs to help that team.
It has to be Carter. They can't pass on Carter here.
Please
Abdul?
take Carter.
Yeah.
I want them to want to watch that ass whooping again this year and again and again.
Oh, look, they're showing highlights, the old highlights of Travis.
Mike, are you aware about Sanders Elmira connection? Was a question.
I am not actually, and what is it? Please, somebody inform me of my
We'll wait for the chat to answer.
Anybody out there that doesn't already know, that's where I'm from.
I think they do, Mike.
I think they do.
And guess what? Ernie Davis is from there.
Ernie Davis is from there, yeah. So is Tommy Hilfiger.
We've only heard Mike say.
No way, Ernie Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and guess what? Tommy Hilfiger too.
Hey Jim,
we can get a clip. We can get a clip going of Mike mentioned how many times he's from Elmira and how many times Jay goes to the show. Just go back and forth.
Jim said, first year living on Eastern time. I hate it from a sports watching standpoint. Where were you before, Jim? And what was the more favorable market for you to watch sports?
Just in Maine now. I'm not sure where he was at before.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, I would say because New Orleans would have been still in the same time zone. It is different watching Eastern time zone. When you're West, like I remember being West for some of the fights in boxing, and when you're out West, like you still have the rest of your night to kick it because like fights happen here in the pay-per-view. They go to the ring. It's 1 a.m. out there. You get done 9, 10 o'clock and still go out and kick at the club after. So that was like a whole different ball game, which I did like of being West for certain events.
Why would you go?
What do you think about this? What do you think about this hot pink suit here, fellas?
Where?
Not my cup of tea, but.
Oh, there he is, number 10 in the building.
Oh, do you want me to announce it before or no?
No, you can do it.
Abdul Carter.
Mike, don't shush us on a live show. I'll come in there and kick your ass.
Who's shushing?
Abdul Carter is your
Mike.
Oh, okay. Thank God. We didn't fuck it up.
But why would you go? I mean, he's a good head.
Jim is from, he said...
Hey, he was living in San Fran. Did you go to any Niners games?
No, he's a Saints fan, actually. So why
That's
take
right.
the
No, that's when we went to Niners games. That's right, Conrad. Miami Vice vibes with the pink suit. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Well, you got to
Cool.
Jacksonville. You didn't get to Miami. You got somewhere in Florida. So Mike, how are we feeling here?
Good. It was if not Carter, I wanted Hunter. If not Hunter, I wanted Carter. So as long as it was one of the two of them, I was going to be all right. So I'm feeling good. It also does open up the team to be able to to do what it's been rumored they're going to do, which is either trade or just let go of Kayvon Thibodeau. Most likely.
Why?
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 I've seen that rumor.
He hasn't been good.
Because
Yeah,
you guys suck. That is a terrible fucking take. That is terrible if you guys do that.
Not a
Why
take.
not have two guys on the edge to be dominant? Man, that's so dumb.
Because they already have.
He hasn't been good, but neither has the team. The team has sucked. He's on the field most of the time.
They already
Lady
have
Alpha,
two
same piece.
edge
Lady Alpha,
rushers.
thanks for
Who?
joining us.
Kayvon Thibodeau and who?
Brian Burns.
Okay, but why not have
They
Kayvon?
might want Carter and Burns and Dexter Lawrence.
Carter
The
going to
guys
play
that-
more linebacker than anything, probably. If you got two good edge rushers, why wouldn't you put him in linebacker?
No, he's not playing linebacker.
He's fast enough.
But they're going to play him on the edge.
I mean,
He's a 4-3. This is a 4-3. He's
Huh?
not playing a 4-3. They have a 4-3
The Giants
defense.
run a 4-3. They're going to play him at
A
the end.
4-3. That dude's not a 4-3 linebacker.
I mean, that's what Nolan Smith played. I mean, I didn't think he was ever going to play linebacker, but he plays it in our system, and he got transferred into kind of like an edge / linebacker. This year,
at Georgia.
he looks great in it. That's all we got. But I just don't get Thibodeau. Like you guys, you can't even say he hasn't been good because no one has been good on your team. You guys have what, a total of 5 wins in the last 2 years.
I understand that, but you can still perform well individually if the team's not playing well. Also, he's going to command a lot more money than what his play has been worth, so they're not going to want to pay him.
Shoot. Come on
so
down.
They just essentially reset that DN spot.
Yeah, come on down the street. I'll take him.
No, I actually agree with Mike.
Right, so
Probably will, and they'll probably be a fucking all-pro.
Because you can still go get more assets for him to go fill other spots, and you basically just got a cheaper version of this. I actually do agree with Mike on this. Doesn't cost your squad. And now you can go take him, maybe go try to go get a third-round pick or something. What do we keep talking about the Giants? What did you say? They suck. They got a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah.
They suck. They got a lot of holes to fill. Now you take that guy, replace him with a cheaper contract, and then go take him to go fill more holes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that point.
Great.
But to say he hasn't been good, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I thought he was pretty decent when he played against the Eagles, and that's a great offensive line. He got in the backfield a lot of times. So against a great offensive line, he was actually doing his job. I just can't put it on one player. You can't just say, "Oh, he hasn't been doing."
I'm not putting it on one player, but he's been his play has been hit or miss. Yes, he played well. I know the game you're talking about against the Eagles, but then the week before that, he barely got into the backfield. And the game after that, he barely ever got in the backfield.
Yeah, but I think that also has to do with a lot. Like I always say, is that when you're on a shit team, it's hard to kind of get motivated every single day, even if you are a great player. I mean, look at Barkley. Barkley's struggled to find 1,000 yards every year. It comes to the Eagles, gets 2,000 yards against not a great team. But I'm just saying that's my opinion. I'm one man opinion.
No, the same way Mikey mentioned Elmira is the same way John mentioned Saquon sucks in New York about 9 times every other.
I'll happily make a reel of that. That's probably like 4 minutes long.
Good question, Trey. Do the Pats do something to surprise us here and bring in Gronk 2.0? Do we see back-to-back Penn State players drafted right
now? No, I think they're gonna go O-line.
Yeah. The one from UCLA?
I think they're going to try to protect
LSU.
Yeah, well,
I think they're going to go Campbell.
Yeah, I think they try to protect May. They're really high on him, so you try to go protect him and make sure he's good. Thanks for stopping through, Lady Alpha. We definitely appreciate it. If she's still here, she might be gone by now.
Yeah, I mean, everything I've seen is either Campbell or it's the tackle from, I think it's Missouri.
Blanking on name. I gotta look through my notes.
Yeah, it's like Amond or something. Yeah.
As a side note, the
tackle
Knicks are up. It's about 13 at halftime on the Detroit Pistons right now.
Yeah, I'm on Membo.
How did Lightning
The
do it?
Knicks are up on the Pistons by 13 at halftime. Quick NBA fun thing. There's been a lot of I guess debate this week because Tyrese Halliburton, Mike's boy, was voted as the most overrated player by the other players in the league.
Saw that.
That actually happened. So, John, this is the NFL draft. In the current NFL, who's the most overrated player in the current NFL?
The current NFL, who's the most overrated player?
Yes, not this draft. The most overrated player in the NFL at this moment.
Trevor Lawrence.
That was my answer. That was
Yeah, I mean, I
my
probably.
answer was Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about it. Like, yeah, probably Trevor.
Dak Prescott.
Mike.
Dak.
Okay.
But wasn't Dak a second round pick? Or third
Yeah,
round
but he's
pick?
also like the third highest
a
paid
third-
quarterback in the league.
What?
He's also like the third highest.
No,
paid
I was asking
quarterback in the
Trey. What'd you say?
No, I think he was like third or fourth, wasn't he? Dak?
Yeah, I thought it was third or fourth pick.
No, third or fourth
Round.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I wouldn't call him overrated when it comes to drafting, but yeah, I gotta say Trevor. He looks like shit.
Oh no, I'm not talking
Trevor was
drafting. I'm just
supposed to
talking
be-
in general.
Trevor was number one overall, supposed to have been the guy, and they played all his extra money for Trevor. So I don't know. But I guess the reason I bring Trevor up is because now he has Hunter, he has Brian Thomas. These are less excuses. Assuming Hunter plays some receiver, now less and less excuses.
And he's got ETN, who's taken a huge step up. I mean,
I didn't even mention him because he's taking such a step back. I didn't even bring him up. This time last year, I would have said that based on what we saw.
I just think he was used and abused last year. ETN. He played,
100%.
I mean, he was using because they didn't have any receivers, so they made him go in the slot a lot. I mean, I watched a lot of Jaguars games, just being in Florida and having. Yeah, no, it was rough.
So
we have a vote for Dak and we have a vote for Purdy also in the chat for most.
I don't think.
Oh,
I don't think Purdy. Purdy had a rough year, but like Purdy made that team even have a chance to make the playoffs. Honestly, I mean, you said it to me last year because I thought the same thing. I was like, man, I
was the one that was defending him.
Yeah, you were because then I looked at the stats and I was like, oh shit, he's actually doing a lot with no one.
Yeah, but McCaffrey, all them out. I do think Debo's overrated, though. I do agree with Conrad on that. Conrad seems to have a personal agenda against the 49ers, though, as he's put it in Debo and Purdy. Now, I know Conrad lives in North Cal, so he's probably just sick of Niners fans. I'm guessing.
Oh, most likely.
Yeah, he's probably the Niners are probably the team. Yeah, because Conrad was a sack. So, yeah, Niners are probably what they get for local viewing, especially since the Raiders are gone. That is the Northern Cal team at this point.
Patriots.
Okay, so the Patriots
look
are up. Pick is in.
Go ahead, Trey.
And the Patriots went with Will Campbell. So he did go line.
That's a fire suit. I'm not gonna lie. I like the pinstripe.
I'm not feeling it. I've never been a fan of pinstripes.
He's shaped weird. Like I feel like he has small for a lineman. He has small shoulders, and then it just like he's like a potato.
He's shaped like the penguin.
I dare you to say that to his face.
He actually looks like he's in good shape.
I'll say it to his belly though. I'm not told to say it to his face.
Yeah,
you look like a potato. Yeah, well, I got third pick or fourth pick money, bitch.
He kind of is
showing a little love for the pack with the green spin.
No, you're right though, Trey. Now that you say that, yeah, he is very much the penguin.
He looks like Oswald.
Our first receiver coming off the board.
Okay, so
who's the quarterback for the Browns? Who's the quarterback for the Browns?
Kenny Pickett.
Pickett.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco will be starting day one.
So he's one. Pickett's back up. But Pickett says he's coming for the spot.
Yeah.
He couldn't run a simple offense against the Commanders with a 20-point lead. What do you mean? Remember, I was with you during that game.
There's been a rebuttal that Lawrence is on a lousy team with minimal offensive talent. I wouldn't necessarily say that because ETN did have a strong rookie year with him.
And he had it in Ridley.
The ball over too much. At a certain point, talent or not, you got to protect the ball. Trevor turns the ball over a lot. He did it at Clemson too. Remember, the thing about Trevor is at Clemson, Dabo and them ran a shit ton of screens. You get to the NFL, you can't just screen people to death, and that's basically what they did at Clemson for years. They did it when Watkins and them were there. They did it with him. They did it when Taj Boyd was the quarterback. They did it when Watson was the quarterback. It's more than screens. Can't just run off screens.
I mean that too, but also he did have weapons. He had weapons his
Evan
second year.
Yeah,
Ingram.
Evan Ingram
He
was
had Evan
signed. I
Ingram,
know.
he had
I'm not
Calvin
giving
Ridley.
him the lack of weapons
Yep.
excuse.
He had
Calvin Ridley and
Calvin
It's
Ridley.
just
He had
like
the
he's
other
an
two
overrated player
guys.
because people be copping. People find reasons to try to make excuse for that guy every year. And every year,
They've been making excuses since Clemson for him.
Yeah, I'm tired of people making excuses for him.
That's why Syracuse
That's
beat their
I want
ass.
to make him from Remember the Titans. Cool, overrated. Okay, so the Browns are back on the clock. What do we think the Browns are going to do now that they're actually back on the clock? Are they going to stay or are they going to move back again?
They're gonna get Kevin Costner.
I'm seeing
Ain't
that
that what
the
Kevin
pick is
Costner did?
in.
Didn't he trade?
Yeah.
Is that what happened in that movie?
I want my
By the
number
way,
ones back,
by the
all
way,
of them.
side note. Speaking of overrated, very overrated movie. I'm just gonna put that out
Yeah.
there.
Oh, it sucked. It's not very good.
That movie was so unreal.
I watched it the other day for like the third time ever, and I was just like, let me just watch it again.
I watched it one time.
See, I know it's not realistic. It's kind of fun to imagine that if that actually happened, but I know it would never happen.
Yeah, it happens when I play Madden franchise mode.
Exactly. See, that's what it's watching Madden franchise in a movie. Yeah. I want my number one.
Mike,
Hey,
I'm gonna go
going
Mason
off the
Graham.
board right now?
I think it's Mason Graham.
I think they're going receiver.
I don't
McMillan?
think if they want a receiver, I think they would stay where they were at. I don't think they're gonna go receiver.
Yeah, I think they would have just gone Hunter if they were gonna go receiver.
Listen, if you're signing Flacco, you better go offensive tackle right here.
One or 2 seconds, I think they'll go receiver though. Just as a side note, what you just said, since they have 2 seconds, I think one of those are definitely gonna end up being a receiver.
Night, Mama.
Hi, Mama.
Night, Mom.
Good night, Mom.
All right.
And that's
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. These are like so. These draft hats are probably one of the best ones they've had in a long time.
Yeah, they look good.
Fuck with them.
Yeah,
I might buy one. To be honest with you, I'll buy that, but I won't buy. I still don't have championship gear yet.
Are you gonna buy a Patriots one?
No, not that one.
not that one.
No, I'll buy the Eagles one. It has a Liberty Bell in it.
I'm going with the tackle here. What's up?
Jay, when evaluating a prospect, what is something you look for that you would look to be a red flag?
What's a red flag? An evaluation.
You're evaluating a prospect. Yeah.
It's tough to say. It's tough to say level of competition because look at Josh Allen. Other guys have proven themselves coming from pretty weak conferences that they could develop into pro. I would probably end up saying a non-definitive idea of what you want your career to look like. Like they don't have a vision for their career. They're just kind of happy to be there or get drafted. I want a guy who has a vision, wants to play for 10 years, has a plan. He's going to tell me what he's going to do to try and sustain that health. So lack of vision.
Jamie gonna come up to the guy and be like, can you surf? No? Get the fuck out of my room, bitch.
As of a side note, the word on the street is the Carolina Panthers are desperately trying to trade the number 8 pick to get out of that position.
They're trying to do what?
They're desperately trying to get out of the number 8 pick. They want to trade back.
Oh yeah, there's my boy right there. Let's go, Mason. Have fun throwing your career away in Cleveland.
Well, you already announced it, so.
Oh, my bad. I forgot my head. That's my fault.
No, you're fine. Mason Graham. It's the Browns pick at 5. Yo, so I be saying with my boy, I was as soon as I was about to say it was like, never mind. Okay,
I wonder what it is they saw in Graham that they made this move and giving up Carter for Graham.
So they just signed Myles Garrett to a big deal. So
I guess they're confident that Myles is going to be able to play until 33, 34 years old.
So they put interior.
I mean Mason's the best D line in the draft right now, and he proved it the last 2 years.
They said Carter may have been the best player in the entire draft. So basically,
correct.
Okay, we're going to move away from the best player in the draft.
Yeah, it's just like, you know.
Yeah,
I agree with you in the sense I don't see why it's a problem, because then you can ultimately alleviate Miles off of Myles Garrett, and or go trade for him and get more picks or get something else for him. So I'm kind of in agreement with you that I'm confused that they didn't go after him and then put a trade package together for Myles Garrett to try to get more picks, get more players, more depth. Kind of like what Mike was saying about Kayvon. So I don't know, but God damn
I
it.
guess they just like Graham enough that they're willing to sacrifice Carter to get more.
Or they got
picks.
more picks, and you still do solidify a defense, but now you just solidify the interior. So I'm thinking they want to get the interior.
Yeah, and guess what? If you bank next year on the fact that you're going to be bad, and so is Jacksonville, you can possibly trade 2 number 1 picks and go get your guy Manning.
Right.
Give up that pick,
Right.
2 number 1s, right? So
Also, I wonder if for the second, because they have an additional second round pick now. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
Remember?
second round.
So
33,
I wonder because one of the like underrated players from the D line in this draft, I think, from what I heard going in, was JT. What I don't even know how to say his last name for Ohio State. Yeah, that guy. And he might be available in the second round. So I wonder if that's where.
Yeah, when you've been at 33 and 36, you can pretty much do whatever you want to.
Right.
Yeah, that gives you it's a lot of flexibility with that type of pick.
By the way, just a little reaction from the old phone. My dad says, who's also a Giants fan, says yes. So he's very happy about the.
So he's very
Carter
happy
pick.
with the pick. In the chat, very true. It's Cleveland. Why do they do a lot of things they do? That's a very good point. Very good point.
That's fair.
We also have Mason Graham could be a Hutchinson on a lower term. So you call it Foreman Hutchinson, basically.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, it definitely. Mason Graham does not hurt. Even if Carter ends up the better player, having Mason Graham doesn't hurt. As long as he doesn't end up being Danny Shelton, if anybody remembers Danny Shelton for Cleveland.
No, I remember Danny Shelton.
Yeah,
but when Danny Shelton went to the Patriots after that, he was okay.
He was decent. Yeah, he was decent.
Yeah, it was just the Browns part of this.
Yeah. So
got a little Hutchinson comparison here from Conrad, potentially a Hutchinson on the lower team or a
John, as a Michigan fan, John, what do you think of that comparison? Conrad said Mason could be Hutchinson on a lower term.
On a lower term. What does that mean?
Like not as good as Hutchinson.
Basically like a poor man's version.
Poor man's version.
I don't know. That's the kind of
impact.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to make a good impact with the Browns. He's just got to put on some more muscle, I think. And I think with learning from Myles Garrett, I think he's got a perfect analysis.
Oh, 100%.
Hutch was on another level, though, so that comparison I don't think is really. I don't know, because Hutch is on another level. That's a Hall of Fame talent right there.
There we go, guys. Is it going to be Ashton Genty?
Whose pick is it?
Jay, you have
There
to.
it is.
There it is.
Okay,
I think
this pick.
I think
With this pick is going to be Ashton Genty. The Raiders.
Yeah, I think it's
taking Ashton Genty. That's not a prediction. This is an actual. This is what's happening.
Oh.
So the pick is in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the pick is in. The pick is Ashton Genty.
Yeah, I've had heard in leading up that they were more and more in love with his game. So, is this no?
What do you mean? I mean, how can you not be? He ran for almost like 3,000 yards. What?
I know. I don't know.
I don't think you need to fall in love with it. It's you love it.
well, there's always
fucking cold.
There's always the apprehension amongst teams and scouts and stuff to pick a running back high, just because they have the lowest, usually the lowest like time in the league.
Kind of saw how Jacob's departure worked out really well for him leaving the Raiders. So Genty comes in as obviously a power back. The guy got tons of yards after contact. So
yeah, they're showing right here on the. That was like perfect timing, Jay. Like you said, contact. He literally is running contact as you said.
Showing him breaking back.
Jay, and for reference, Jay's not even watching this.
No,
he's literally getting all his updates from us. Oh god, he ran into the wall. He's drunk. Oh man.
Oh no. I pose with the logo.
I mean, honestly, I'm not shocked at that too because the thing is, you got an older coach there. Pete Carroll, being a coach of that age, is in win now mode regardless.
Right.
I like the suit. He's fresh. I love the suit.
But also, Pete, like you said, like Pete Carroll is also like good with young players too, developing young players. him getting
The goal
himself.
for him is just gives him his beast mode. If this works
Yeah.
out right.
Well, I was gonna say a bowling ball running back with surprising
Yeah,
speed.
bowling ball running
Who does
back
that
with
remind me
speed,
of?
but yeah,
Yeah, it'd be funny as hell if they get to the Super Bowl and they have the same play and he throws it again.
Pete, run him, run.
you don't have to worry about that. They won't be in the Super Bowl.
I know, but could you imagine though? Could you imagine the same fucking
Wow.
play?
Two games in their own
He
freaking
probably would
division.
do the same play. Just
Are
to
you
double
guys
down.
seeing this comparison?
No,
Emmett Smith.
Wow.
I can see it. He's elusive, and his
I-
vision on the field is really good.
No, I'm not. Play style, yes. Like that's big shoes to fill. If that's where they think they
It's
need
just
to
a
be.
mean,
comparison.
but
It's a
you're gonna
comparison
be-
of his play style, though. That's why. It's not like, oh, he's gonna go get the Super Bowl.
If you're this high of a pick, then we do gotta compare you. And the goal is to be one of the all-time greats. So
That's basically what he's doing on the TV right now. Is like what
Yeah.
I think it's a fair comparison, honestly. If they put like Bo Jackson, I'd be like, okay, what are you looking at? Because Bo Jackson could like find guys to hit and then run. He literally just did the same thing Emmett did in that highlight.
Mike, we have important news, Mike.
Yes.
Keon Thibodeau has just had his fifth-year option picked up.
Okay. I mean,
So
that's
that's
not
up to-
surprising because I don't think they know what they want to do yet. So, better safe than sorry as far as like if you end up wanting to keep him to make sure that he's under contract.
But unless he's lying, he could be. Joe Sane has been quoted as saying you can't have too many pass rushers.
Okay, that's different than what
Joe
I was
Sane
hearing
direction.
before. But
Yeah, this is from him directly. That's
What were you
Okay.
hear? What were you hearing? Where? What's your sources? Cite them.
the
Put them at the end of the
My
paragraph.
sources is Joe Sane. I'm texting Joe Sane.
Yeah.
No, Mike, not you.
Oh, me? Okay,
Yes.
I'm texting
after
Joe.
the draft is over, I shall provide everybody with my bibliography.
And Wikipedia is not allowed to be used.
Damn it! High school rules don't apply here. I graduated
Yeah,
high school. God damn
That's
it!
college rules too. I remember they say you can't use Wikipedia. Yeah, I can't.
That's the funny
I
part
can't
when you
remember
ask
what
someone that. When you always say like when people were like, "Oh, I heard." From where? And then it's like, I didn't fucking hear it. I'm bullshitting.
I can't remember what player it was, but you know Wikipedia always has that thing that pops up, and it's like donate to Wikipedia. So some player said they donated a bunch of money because it got them through college, but I can't remember what player it was who said that.
What?
When they graduated, it was some player. I can't remember what league or what team donated a bunch of money to Wikipedia because he said that he credited them for a lot of the reasons he graduated from college.
Wow.
I have to look this up.
Yeah, I should donate some money to Spark Notes.
But I don't remember who did. I was like, oh, okay, maybe more of us should be doing that.
Spark Notes got me through college. Cliff Notes.
I had a roommate. People would pay him to write their papers, $25 a pop.
Yes, we do have to give Mike a minute to control his excitement for Thibodeau. Yes. That was in the chat.
Jamie, did you see me defending your honor earlier about the Kentucky fan? Someone called you a bandwagon, and I'm like, how does this make him a bandwagon? He got a full ride there for swimming. He's like, the person's like, oh, he's a bandwagon because they haven't done shit in years. I'm like, you don't know what bandwagon means, dude. And
But bandwagon is opposite.
yo, bro, I went in on them. I went in. I was like, they've been to the tournament 63 times. Have won 8 national championships. Have 17 Final Four. You'd be proud. I defended Kentucky's honor in like full standing mode. Have 138 players drafted, 60 in the first round.
Oh yeah, no, he dropped. I was reading it. He dropped some in-depth stats.
I was like, you don't know what bandwagon means, dude. Like,
They
bandwagon.
haven't done it. They haven't done anything.
That's not what a bandwagon means. Then that's the opposite of bandwagon. That's a true fan if he's not doing.
It must be some guy going to a bar fight with back in 1948. Still fucking all kind of disgruntled about me kicking his ass. So
to answer our
let it go,
question,
buddy. It was 75 years ago. Let it go.
to answer our question in the chat, there's a question of which one of us is up for the Pope job. I'm voting for Jay. Jay has the most historical as our grandfather here. Jay, breaking news, Jay is actually going to be the next Pope.
Yes, I am now promoted from Caribbean Jesus to Papa.
Popeye, the Sailor Man.
Yes.
Papa.
Jamie, put on your Pope hat. I don't like it. He's a stupid hat.
All right, and the other New York team that has no fucking idea what they're doing is
The New York Football Jets.
Yes.
Maybe the Jets and Giants should just combine teams
to get 4 wins of the year.
to
They
get
still would make the playoffs.
Yes.
have one end zone green, have one end zone blue. All right, we're just gonna do this together. We're gonna ride out, see what happens.
The next
All right.
playoffs. All that being said,
I mean, I like Aaron Glenn, but I mean, damn, he could have signed. He should have signed somewhere else.
The New York 747s, Jumbo Jets.
Thanks, Unc. Call me fake Jesus.
Damn.
Thank Jesus. That's Arab Aaron Rodgers. Thank you.
Yeah, put some respect on it, Unc.
By the way, speaking of which, are you gonna play this year, or are you just gonna sit out, or
Play what?
I'm still waiting for
Is there
one
not?
more new treatment. There's a new treatment someone's told me about. The ayahuasca does not give me the sort of visions I need anymore. So I'm waiting for this new treatment and seeing afterwards what it tells me to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't follow the bouncing butterflies. They'll lead you to doom.
And the Jets pick is in.
Yes, it is.
the pick is your name, if it's what the chat says.
That's a great
Probably
pick.
probably the only hope they got to actually get back to the Super Bowl.
Brett Favre.
Nah, he's in other problems.
Mm-hmm.
He may need to play just to get some.
So the pick is offensive tackle Armand Mimbu from Mizzou.
Yep.
Yep.
From the
We're gonna
zoo.
re up this line.
I mean,
try to get some blocking for Justin Fields.
yeah.
Have to.
Protect. Do what the Bears never could. Protect Justin Fields.
Yeah, try to get some protection for Justin.
Big boy.
They got so much to feel. I didn't know where I wanted what them to do because
I mean, offensive line is where you want to go, if anything, just because you want to try to like. All right, you want to build off that offensive line, then go get your quarter. Who's your quarterback? Oh, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
We're just talking about, yeah.
Yeah, that's you need
The
to.
Carolina pick's gonna be interesting because they were trying to get out of this pick, and now they may be stuck picking it anyways. They've been talking about that for days, but it came up again.
Why would they want to trade out of it though?
They gotta
They're
get.
trying to get more picks.
They gotta get that boy some more weapons, right? I mean, you have to figure they go receiver here or Tyler Warren, one of the two.
Looks like they're keeping it
I think they're keeping it at this point.
because the pick is in.
Yeah,
I'll
pick's
go
in.
with
So
Warren right here. I'll take Warren right here.
it's going to be a bad spot for Warren. I mean,
That's a big motherfucker.
They need weapons.
Armstead Membu.
Armand.
Yep, big
Mimbu.
boy.
That's a big.
And he's not even the biggest O lineman in the draft.
That's a big dude. He like a move for a big boy.
I mean, yeah, he was blocking well downfield in those highlights. I don't even see. That's the thing. I don't know where the Panthers go here, based on who's already been taken versus what all the stuff they need. And
Best player available.
Well, that's why I'm kind of with
Best
Dave's
offensive player
mindset.
available right now.
yeah,
A lot of these teams aren't a player away. That's the thing. Like it's not like who was the first pick? Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee has actually like been doing a lot of moves over the last like 3 years. You go look at their moves, like trades, defensive help. They've actually they were kind of a quarterback away. I mean, they got a good offensive line now.
Tennessee, you talking about?
Yeah, they've been making some moves.
They should have AFC freaking championship game team away. They made the AFC championship game and just shit that team into nothing. Why would you do it? I've never understood those moves. It was like empty and
Well, the problem was they couldn't pay Henry and then still go and do what they have to do to build their franchise.
How not though? I mean, the running back price was not very high.
I think didn't Baltimore give him 18 a year?
No,
it's like eight,
no,
three or
yeah, it was-
something. Like 8.9.
low.
No, that's Saquon right now. Saquon getting 18 a year.
Yeah.
no, yeah. Henry's was lower than that, I think.
Good.
Henry's at 8 or 9, somewhere around there.
Conrad also said, make sure y'all watch our mouth, Mike, about his Bears. Conrad, what do you want your Bears to do in this draft? And Jim also says that this opens up for the Saints to possibly get Sanders.
We know who Jim wants.
Okay, so Jim's okay. It sounds like with Sanders going to the Saints, if that happens. And Conrad, we're waiting to hear what you want about the Bears. Also, Fields has too much PTSD from Chicago. He just wants to run.
Let me ask you guys.
True.
Let me ask you something. If you were going to so if he does go to, let's say he does go to the Saints, he ain't got to change up his like any colors or anything. Like any of his cleats are the same. Shit. Like,
Yeah, he's good.
they're all the same colors. It's Colorado.
It depends on who his new shoe sponsor is, though.
Oh, it's Nike.
That's
He has
so
a
much-
shoe sponsor with Nike.
It's so hard right now to put out marketing campaigns with these new guys based on who the sponsor is who they can't be shown wearing.
Reebok's
So
making
a
a
lot
Reebok's
of
making
companies
a
are
good
doing
bet.
more creative campaigns where they're not showing the player at all in any gear, and they're just doing like creative posts about who's on their team. And it's interesting what they have to do now to avoid, obviously, cross tangling with brands and stuff like that.
You know what I've been seeing a lot is Reebok is making a push back.
Yeah,
Bryson DeChambeau was wearing Reeboks. He's a Reebok athlete now, and I mean his golf shoes look pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
New Balance is actually, as far as like the athletes they're going to get, they're making a kind of a push now too.
Conrad
Max
wants an O line or linebacker. Should
Or
be an
linebacker.
option right now. I mean that's not a bad thing because you want to protect. I think I would go O line for the Bears
I would go O-line.
because you want to protect your prized possession that you salvated all year last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, agree. I would go line. Just knowing it.
Make sure you bring that man some nail polish to Chicago when you get drafted.
So who are you going with that? Maybe that big kid from North Dakota, Mike, the biggest guy in the draft? You going size?
I mean, I would think so. Yeah. So you're talking about Gray. I think it's Gray Zabel or Zabel.
Yeah.
6'6", 312. Yeah. I mean,
You got-
he's an interior lineman. It could help a lot with like DeAndre Swift and Caleb Williams. So that might be the
Yeah.
move.
You also have Kevin Banks Jr. from Texas, 6'4", 320, won the Outland Trophy and Lombardi Award winner. So
Yeah.
that might be an option for them.
I mean, it's an option. His.
I could see the Panthers going after Will Johnson right here.
Trey, talk about your boy Josh Simmons.
Yeah.
Any chance he goes to the Bears?
No, I can see it. I mean, because Josh Simmons was supposed to be, before injury, supposed to have been probably the first tackle off the board, then he got hurt. So it's not that he wasn't good. It's just unfortunate he got injured. I mean, Josh Simmons is a big dude. He can move for a guy that size. So I wouldn't be necessarily against Josh in that case. Okay, so we're probably back. Just on commercial break.
I could see them maybe going to get Jalen Walker.
Damn, imagine being in the neighborhood right outside Lambeau. I'd be so mad. You know what they're charging? They're charging $100 for parking. Each driveway. They were charging $100.
I mean, yeah.
Like they were showing it on Instagram on ESPN. They were like driving by people's neighborhoods. They were saying, "Hey, you can park here, $100 a car." I mean, I would make because there's nowhere else to park. You can't. They're doing the draft in the parking lot.
In the parking lot, right?
Conrad, yeah, we're gonna get your boy a nail polish. We're gonna get your boy a nail polish endorsement, by the way. Working on that. Okay, let's see what the Panthers go with. Okay, so they went with McMillan from Arizona, the receiver.
Interesting.
So they did offense. I thought Warren, but yeah, they did try to get something for Bryce. That's where they decided to go here.
All right. I mean, I would have, if I was going to get I mean, we've talked before on how Warren might be the best. Warren and Loveland might be the two best actual like receivers in the draft, even though they're tight ends technically. But yeah, I mean, you know, he's a big receiver. I know he's got the strong hands, so I guess that's what they want.
I'm not kidding. Like I know who this guy
Well, they
is.
said Bryce. They said him and Bryce have been working out.
Oh, really?
Through this process. So I guess that.
I don't watch
probably
it.
Liked him. They probably said, "Okay, let's go and do this."
I just realized something kind of interesting. So on the preview show, right, when we talked about McMillan, I compared him to potentially
Damn.
To who?
Oh, no, they go get a receiver.
To Kelvin Benjamin, and Carolina's the
big
one
old
that took
receiver,
Kelvin Benjamin.
Yep.
Carolina's the one that took Benjamin.
I was about to say the same thing, Mike. I'm like, they just drafted Kevin Benjamin again, but maybe with a little more talent.
I can't tell you the last time I watched an Arizona football game. To be honest with you, I can't.
He was a pretty mesmerizing player. I watched 2 games or a couple.
Because you're up till like 6 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
So like, of course you watch.
And then the Saints pick is in.
Great hand.
If that was so fast, I think we know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing about him, but I just saw him make one-handed catch right now. I was like, oh, that's pretty. He can do
That's
that.
what he's.
He's
That's
a
what he's
big
supposed to
man
be.
with good hands.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it is. It's always the highlight stuff. I don't even get the best of any of these
Yeah.
guys.
All right.
He's
go ahead.
he's this year's big receiver that is like if you love guys that are strong and 50-50 balls at the point of attack, then he's your guy.
So Trey, is official. Jackson Dart to Pittsburgh because Sanders is about to go to Saints.
Yeah, we'll see.
So basically, so basically, you're saying Pittsburgh Steelers are going to draft Mason Rudolph?
Exactly.
I mean, somebody may hop up.
Who will be backed up by
Mason Rudolph. I mean, shit. If anybody can turn a player around, it'll be Tomlin.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why everyone was like, "Oh, he couldn't." And Tomlin needs to go. He couldn't turn Russ around. I'm like, Russ has been in the league for 12 years now, 14
What did you want him to turn around?
But the thing with Russ is, we always said this is if you put him in the pocket, and that's exactly what Tomlin's offense was trying to do, is put him in the pocket. He's not a pocket passer. He's better when we always said it. Trey and I would talk about this so much. You leave him in the pocket, he cannot pick defenses apart. But when you got him scrambling, which he can't do as effectively anymore, he would always throw it downfield and be Hall of Fame type passes. It's what the hell? That don't make any sense.
Murray, what's the difference? Kyler Murray can not stand up and his butt can still touch the ground. Fields is a little bit taller.
Fields is 6'2".
Yeah,
What do you mean?
That's
a little bit taller.
What's the difference?
What's the difference between what?
What's the difference? Fields and Kyler. That's what I said. Kyler could stand up and his butt still touches the ground.
What do you mean? What's the difference?
That's what asked. Fields and Kyler Murray. What's the difference?
Fields is faster, and I think has a better arm. But I think ultimately it goes back to everything. I've said many times.
Kyler has a post-career much better passing percentage, completion percentage.
Well, that's accuracy. That's not arm strength.
So it's like I say all the time. You have to get drafted in the right situation. Justin got drafted into a shit situation, and basically was asked to turn the franchise around, with no offense, no offensive line, no defense. I mean, it's set up for failure. So I mean, you give the guys. I mean, he's not going to be that type of player. He never was going to be a player that you got to teach him and develop. And I say this every single year, and it's annoying as hell because people write these guys off immediately. It's why don't you learn how to develop a quarterback, learn how to develop a team around the quarterback in his strengths in order for him to have success? But everyone wants to shit on these guys, and it's give them time. You guys paying all these guys all this money. Give them time.
He said he's talking more about their play style.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fields is a better quarterback in my opinion. But, I mean, Kyler has a bigger arm just because he's a baseball player. He's an outfielder, I think. He has a natural throw.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have just went to the fucking MLB, to be honest with you.
Yes, he should have.
I mean, but if he enjoys football more, why not?
Yeah, and he's getting paid.
He clearly likes football
He's
more.
going to get paid in Oakland.
Yeah,
well. Right, would he have got paid there? But at the end of the day, we're talking
not
about
really.
making millions of dollars.
I don't even know where they're playing.
He got paid now.
No, I'm saying, legitimately, he would have gotten paid.
Damn.
He's going
to make filthy rich money regardless.
Really?
This poor baby. God damn. Lady, be careful. What the fuck?
Oh, God. I'm just seeing it now.
Watch the TV. I think she forgot she had the baby in her hand.
She did. That baby's looking up like,
she clapping. She clapping. The baby's here. She's like, the baby's bouncing, sleeping.
And Shedeur is still on the board for the Pittsburgh
Exactly.
Steelers.
No, that's what I said. That's why I was like, we all were like, oh, we know it's coming. I'm like, I don't know why y'all are so convinced.
We spoke about bank possession.
Oh, God, she's doing it again. And the baby spit up.
Beautiful. God damn it.
Yeah, the Saints have been iffy on if they were going to take Shedeur. That's why I was like, I don't think it's a guarantee.
Mammoth of a man. This is a big boy.
Uh-huh.
Big boy. 6'4", 320.
You need someone to protect Spencer Rattler, I guess?
Yeah.
No, it's Derek Carr.
He's hurt.
He hurt already.
He's probably gonna miss the whole year.
Yeah.
They said that?
Probably out.
Yeah.
Yep.
When did I say that?
Well, it's more about protecting Alvin,
His
making
arm
sure
is
Alvin
actually
Kamara
falling
has a
off.
little bit of a gap.
Hold on, Jay. When did they say he was out for the
Falling
year?
off.
Like right after the season.
Really?
His
Damn.
arm's
What's he hurt with?
I keep saying his arm's falling off.
His neck, I think.
Shoulder.
It's a
I said
shoulder
his arm
neck.
falling off.
What
Yeah,
Manning
that's
had.
something. His arm falling off.
Mhm.
Jim said the baby has to go into concussion protocol.
Yeah, literally. Like I was like,
Seriously.
that poor baby. Now she's holding.
Somebody probably
Oh,
texted
baby,
her,
it's okay. No, it's not.
Poor baby was sleeping.
don't worry, that baby. I'm assuming that's his baby. That baby's gonna be 6'5".
Yeah, Jim. All right, our resident Saints fan here in the chat is saying, confirming it's a shoulder, and Conrad is saying Kelvin is a stud. So he likes
Jim, how do you feel about this pick? Actually, our resident Saints fan here. There's actually a more interesting question.
one of
Oh
the
my
best
God,
of this.
I
stop
like we
clapping.
get fans of other fan bases in the chat because then we can get more first-hand information. I mean, don't get me wrong, we all watch a lot of ball, but who knows better than somebody who watches every week as a fan of that team?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to the Saints, they're not a player away. So when you said Spencer Rattler, I mean, you could throw anybody. They're still not going to be good this year.
Oh
no,
no,
offense,
that's
no
true.
offense, Jim. But
That was me. That was me just guessing who their starting quarterback's going to be if they don't take one.
Aaron Rodgers.
No, this is fun. Now the Bears pick is in, so now Conrad is on the clock here.
Yeah, except for first we have to release the NFL schedule. Apparently.
Who are these girls?
Just a very bright suit for whoever this woman is on the left in the red ruby.
Yeah. There's no place like home.
All right, so the Saints definitely took their guy.
Why would they
The Bears
reveal the
did not.
schedule right now? That's weird.
That's what I'm saying. The Bears pick is in, but first we have to know who everybody's playing.
We know who everyone's playing. We already know. It's just when they're playing. Who do the Eagles face off with on Thursday night? That's what I want to know. They probably put them against the Chiefs because the Eagles play the Chiefs this year.
How many times do I get to watch the Giants get their ass kicked on primetime?
Well, you can watch it every single week. I got the ticket.
I said in primetime.
Jim says the salary cap issues have them handicapped, which I know they have been in cap hell for a minute here. So
Yes.
Well, with that Derek Carr contract, I think he's going to make like $55 or $60 million this year. They said, like his contract is stupid.
It can't be
by
that.
the way,
It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know if it's like 55 or 60, but it's in the 50s.
And by the way, they're just announcing it. It's an announcement to tell you when the announcement of the schedule comes out.
Oh.
It's May 14th.
Why do we need to announce announcements?
We need to announce that as an announcement because this is very important to announce.
Will be released on May 14th for everyone that cares
But we
about.
need an announcement to tell us about an announcement.
Oh my God.
John, the cap hit is 20.5. The actual cash payout is going to be 40 million.
Still, that's a lot of money for a quarterback sitting on the bench.
Yeah, the restructure also means. Check this out. The restructure also means cap hit in 26 will be significantly higher, around 70 million.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like they're struck like with his stupid contract. I mean, he's gonna be set for life. I mean, he's gonna be happy.
And if they decided to cut him with the June 1st designation, the dead money hit would be 80 million.
So they don't even want to cut him because
they can't afford to cut him and still field a team.
All right, the Bears pick is in. Conrad.
Tyler Warren.
Let's wait for the commissioner trade day.
I don't want that job. I don't need everybody to walk around and hate me all day.
Except the owners.
Every time
the owners would love you.
I do like that they're doing this.
The right people, the billionaires.
I do like that they're honoring Steve McMichael. Yeah.
Okay, they're honoring Steve McMichael.
Yes, Mongo.
What are you missing there? What are you missing there, Mikey? A Myra Connect or a Notre Dame player? Why are you liking this paying tribute moment here?
Uncle Mike, is that Mike or Chris?
That Lynch Mob, it's Mike.
Is that like an actual what happened,
or
is that what you're predicting to happen?
I'm pretty sure it's a prediction.
Because I haven't seen shit come across from
I was
that.
gonna say I haven't seen anything come across.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a prediction because it's been out there.
Why would you want Tyreek Hill and all that mess that he's got going on? That don't make any sense.
Because he'll work with him.
I'd rather take Pickens at that point.
No,
Hill got all those. Hill's got a lot. He's gonna be in jail. He's holding his baby over the damn railing. He pulled a Michael Jackson.
The rest on the field. He out here trying to fight people every fucking play.
All right, it's gonna be okay. All right.
My God.
Okay, so
Roger.
Bears going to go with Loveland from Michigan.
Go blue.
So they went with.
How are you feeling about that, Conrad?
Why?
Another weapon for Caleb.
Yeah, but why? If Warren's the best tight end,
weapon?
I go with Loveland.
Yeah, I would say why did Loveland go before
That's
Warren?
a strange pick.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm kind of.
I guess they just like him more. I don't know.
Maybe he's better for what their offensive scheme is.
I guess I mean, that's the only thing I can suppose.
He's a better blocker, probably.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he's not. He doesn't play. Oh yeah, he does. He did block a lot, but Loveland was more of a receiving tight end. The other guy last year, but the other guy that got drafted last year was more of the blocking tight end. Loveland was more the guy to go up and get the 50-50 balls. He's more aggressive at Michigan. So like he was always. I mean, like I said on Monday night, he was our only receiver.
But honestly, I don't know. I think Cole Kmet was enough to keep going with Kmet and then just go get some protection at this point. That's what they need. Conrad said, "What the fuck?" But I'll take it.
Well, honestly, like based on Loveland, I mean, maybe that's the idea is that Cole Kmet is more of the blocking tight end, and they play Loveland more like Kyle Pitts, and he's more of a slot guy anyway.
Well, I assume what Conrad said, they're going to a 2 tight end system.
Well, I'm not Warren. No.
If you're going to draft somebody that high, then
I was going to say Warren, yeah.
Yeah.
Loveland's not a bad. It's not that Loveland's a bad player or a bad pick. It's just with Warren.
No, it's just the other guy. The other guy was on consensus.
Positional players on the board.
All right. Apparently not to the good people of Chicago.
I think it's a great pick.
The 49ers pick is in, by the way. Conrad's other favorite hated team, the 49ers.
They're going to pick Campbell.
Yeah, they need someone to replace, not replace him, but eventually replace, what's his face? Who's the Niners, big tackle? Forget his name.
Oh, Trent Williams.
Trent's been in the league for a minute. I didn't realize that.
And maybe they go with the North Dakota guy.
I didn't realize that. I thought he was in the league for a few, I thought he was like at least 8 years, but they said he's on his third contract, major.
Yeah, he's like 36 years old. Yeah.
When did he come to the league?
Like 2007 or 8, I think.
Yeah, I would say 8. I think. Yeah, he's been in the league for a minute. So
because he was on Washington. He was on Washington for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to find a contingency plan because it's been a long time, and he was starting to break down even last year. He was starting to get injured.
So probably
along with the rest of the team.
Probably Simmons from Ohio State or Connerly from Oregon. Those are the two considered best O-linemen left. Other than the thing is, if you're replacing Williams, you're most likely getting someone you think is going to play tackle. And the one from North Dakota, he's supposed to be an interior.
Well, you can move him. You move guys around in the NFL. I mean, you don't really have a position. You're an offensive lineman.
No, I know.
Because Landon Dickerson got drafted as a center, and now he's our guard.
But tackle to guard is much harder. Most center to guards are usually the swaps in the NFL. You don't get to switch your guard to tackle so often. Mekhi Becton's a very rare case where he went from tackle.
That's what I was about to say, Mekhi.
But he went to guard because he wasn't good at tackle. Usually, because I've even heard. It was a guard I heard say this. I'm trying to think who it was in the league. And they said usually guard is your last stop, meaning we were out of positions. Tackle's usually your best lineman. Center's your next best. And guard is, okay, you're basically holding on the rope.
We have to be quick, too, because you're the one that's always – I mean, as you remember, the guards are the ones that are pulling out and trying to get in front. And if you're not quick enough, you're not going to get in front of the running back, which ultimately –
Which you're not. I mean, which is true, but – which is true. It's just the fact that that's usually your end. So you don't if you go tackle the guard, that means the person.
Yeah, it's a difficult position.
You don't take a guy from guard to tackle.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not unheard of to see like a guy go transfer to wherever he's got to go to play to figure it out.
Well, yes, to an extent, but that guy's a guard. He's not going up to tackle because if he was a tackle, he'd been tackling in college.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, but Leonard Dickinson going to center the guard. A lot of center train at the guard because basically doing the same job, except now I got to snap the ball. So I'm probably a hair quicker actually because I don't have to worry about snapping and trying to get up out of my position at the same time.
Honestly, I was actually so surprised he didn't go to tackle just because Leonard Dixon, which I didn't know, he's 6'9".
Yeah,
but
he's
again,
big motherfucker.
Trust me. Again, he probably did play tackle at some point. Probably think he was good enough, which is why he went to center.
Right.
Yeah, that's. I highly doubt he wasn't attempted at being a tackle. I really wish I could remember what offensive line. Whoever said it was a damn guard. I can't remember. I listened to a podcast. I think it was Ryan Russo's podcast, and he was on there saying it. I was like, damn. It was a guy who was a fucking guard, and he was like, yeah, that's when you know you're at the end.
Yeah.
They were talking about Beckton and some of these guys when they were talking about the Eagles line towards the Super Bowl.
Don't tell me they're going to pick him. Why would they pick him?
Pickle.
They show Shador just dancing. And...
No. They're going to go with Harmon from Oregon. He's probably the next best defensive tackle available. Or maybe one of your boys comes off the board finally right here, Trey. Tyreek Williams. But I don't think he comes this high.
I don't think Williams goes high. I mean, I like Tyreek. I just don't think he goes this high.
God damn. The Lightning are down 2-0 in the series.
Dang.
Boy, it's not looking good. That's a nightmare matchup for the Lightning, man. We do not want this matchup.
What pick are we on?
11.
We are on
number 11.
What the fuck? It went backwards for me. I'm back at the Panthers.
I bet you bet the fact that they take McMillan. I bet they do.
Hey. Welcome to the draft. Hey, Steve. Welcome to the draft, bro. Hi. Okay.
Conrad liked Loveland's hands, so I guess he's fine with that. Also, F the Niners. I think Conrad's Niners
as a side
of the Cinco squad's Cowboys. I think he just randomly has F the Niners moments just because. I'll be honest, there ain't nothing about staying in this draft that looks fun to me to just stand here and stay.
Right.
For 3
I mean, even to get drunk. I mean, what like?
You got to try to work through that crowd to get to that bathroom.
That's the.
And you ain't getting that spot. You ain't getting that spot back.
Then you ain't getting that spot back. Right? Nothing about that sounds.
It's just like when you go for New Year's Eve. Like I would never want to go to New York City.
I was gonna say that's what this reminds me of. Is just uncomfortably standing there for. Yeah, I mean, New Year's Eve work.
When it was here, when the draft was here, I didn't even. I was like, I'm not fucking going to this. Yeah, I was good on that. Yeah. Uncle Mike asked, "Did we see Mayfield go undercover for the Tampa Bay Stadium tour?" I didn't see it.
Who?
Baker when they
Mayfield
did like
went undercover at Raymond James Stadium as like a tour guide, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. Oh,
I heard he did it, but I didn't watch it.
So the pick is going to be Mikael Williams from Georgia.
They took Mikael Williams? Damn.
Yep, so they're trying to get some pressure off the edge.
They're trying to steal a page out of the Eagles book. He's an Eagle, man. Leave him alone.
You have enough Georgia Bulldogs. You're fine.
Never enough.
See, after all the crap you gave me about I'm a Georgia fan, all I do is talk about their defense.
I can't help it. My team drafted all of them. Like, I can't help it. I have to talk about them.
Now you see why I'm so high
I don't talk about them at all until like they get on the team. I'm like, all right, cool. We're the Philadelphia Bulldogs. Or the Georgia Eagles, whatever you want to call them. I can't help that they got him. Mike Hell.
Guys, I think
the Philly
That's a big man.
Guys, I think I just realized what's about to happen. I don't like it.
Dallas is going to get Shadur Sanders.
No, that's fine. They can have him. No, I think they're about to get Tyler Warren.
Who?
Yep.
Dallas.
The Cowboys are.
That'd be the
I can see
we spoke about that.
It's their new Jason Witten. Yeah.
Remember we said if Genty was available, they go Genty or Warren. And you guys are like, they need running back more, but at this point, you got to go Warren.
Yeah.
Or you go Speed and you take the kid from Texas.
Golden?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of high for Golden, I think, but maybe
that came up
they
on our draft preview show. Remember that came up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came up on the draft preview show. So either of those options are there now. But I think they're going to go Warren because I think they thought Warren wasn't going to be there. I think we all thought Warren would be here at this spot, which is why I never.
I thought
up.
Warren might go at 7 to the Jets, just to give.
Yeah, I
like,
didn't think
them
Warren
a
would be here,
weapon.
so that's why I never came up and we talked about this on Monday. Cause I was,
Yeah, you know, Mike, when have the Jets ever had a good tight end?
Conklin. Maybe.
For longer than a season.
He's just Conklin's just a guy.
Yeah.
Because like,
No, I'm talking about like a good playmaking tight end.
Because for like 1 year, Dustin Keller was pretty good.
Yeah, Dustin Keller.
Okay, we're not talking about
like
12 games. Not a guy that made an
Not
impact.
talking about what?
12 games.
Like 12. I mean, he didn't ball out in every
Last time
game.
he had a good tight end.
Well,
You talking about over a career?
I'm just saying. So for 1 year, because okay, we had a good tight end. I mean, a tight end that like is a
That's what he's saying.
significant offense.
Yeah, I mean, but when has the Jets been significant other than Mark Sanchez here? Like that 1 year. So it's like
1960,
It's like
1960,
one of those
whatever.
teams that, like the position has eluded them where they never got in, like a player who could.
Well,
Yeah,
they've never
I
been
can't think
focused
of
on
ever
that.
even drafted a tight end high. I'm trying to think if they ever even tried it.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys are going to take Tyler Booker from Alabama, the guard.
Wow.
it makes sense.
Actually, you know what? That does make sense. They're losing a lot of offensive
But they
linemen
just
last
lost all these guys getting older. Zach
Yeah.
Martin, all of them are up out of here. So I guess that's their replacement for all of this.
All right. I mean, that does make sense.
Didn't Zach Martin go to Cincy?
No, he retired.
He retired.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, he retired.
Oh, I thought he went to Cincy. Who went to Cincy?
It wasn't him. He retired.
What the?
Yeah,
fuck?
that's why I said it makes sense. I guess this is their replacement for him. I was actually pretty
Put
high
me
on
down.
him. He can move for a big guy, and he's been all SEC 2 years. So
Yeah.
actually, this is, I think, a good pick for them.
What would have been interesting was if Zach Martin didn't retire, what would they have done here? Would they have done the same thing, or does that change?
I don't know.
You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
interesting. Yeah, no, that's an interesting point. They probably would have went. Yeah.
Actually, they might have gone
6'5",
one.
330.
Yeah.
He's a giant.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
No, I was gonna say he's a big dude. Yeah, and he can actually move for a big dude.
Look at him move. Look at him move for a big dude. Though. He's like twinkle toes.
No, that's what I say. He's out on his feet. I watched some of his film. Like, that dude's out on his feet. But
Light.
like I said, I mean, he's been all SEC twice.
So, my question for this next pick, it's the Dolphins on the clock. Do they take Will Johnson in preparation for trading Jalen Ramsey?
Yes.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Because it's all, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you guys have heard differently, but it seems all but a certainty that they're trading Ramsey in some fashion.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, because they're said it, we're trading him. So at some point, you do need somebody to go out there and lock something down.
They might.
I could see Miami. I could see Miami going Jalen Milroe. To be honest with you,
I mean, I've heard that before.
I mean, I don't trust Tua to make a whole season.
I
No,
don't think
but
necessarily trust them, but they did give him that damn extension. So I don't think they're going to go out here and spend this high of a pick.
well, that and I know at least the talk has been that Milroe is more likely than not making it well out of the first round.
Yeah, like I said, I just don't know with them. Because,
But it could be. I mean, we've seen crazier.
Who's that?
Well, yeah, I mean, we once saw.
I think they're going to go at the kid from
draft, the same team. we seen the back then Washington
We've
Redskins
seen
draft 2 quarterbacks in one draft. So you never know. Sometimes
The Dolphins are going to take Jade Barron from.
I mean, yeah, that's same idea behind Johnson. Yeah,
and they're
and it looked-
actually,
Jim Thorpe Award winner.
and
they're
if
actually
he
excited because
American.
they were getting picks in
650.
quickly. Teams were getting in picks quickly, and it just NFL just taking forever to get them out there. But the Dolphins actually running the clock for us, so I don't think they really know what they want to do.
Like, this is really good. Well, 90 minutes in, and we're almost halfway through the first round. I think the first year we did this, we were 90 minutes in and on the 6th pick.
No, that's what I was saying because the pick has been in pretty quick. It's just they're doing this is a show.
They go to like a 3-minute commercial, whatnot. So
Yeah, this is moving much quicker than most years.
But
I
now it's going to
definitely
slow
agree.
right down because a lot of guys are going away, and it's like, okay, what do we really need?
Yeah.
I think teams are really going to be like, all right, now we're getting to the teams that were like almost on the cusp of playoff, and it's like, okay,
Right.
now what do we really need? What do we really have to grab? We know there's a star there, but do we really need a
Right.
type? We really need this position. It's like,
And we can't 100% make any kind of decision because we don't know who's going to be there. So we have to figure out who's going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
there.
Which is true. That's why I always get mad at the first few picks. It's like, come on, man, y'all know.
How do you not know? Right.
Right, you knew you were in the first 5. It's 3 or 4. You got 2 or 3, whichever one's there.
I'm liking how this is going because I think Jihad Campbell might end up slipping to the Bucks.
I've seen that be the case.
I saw a report today that Emeka Abuka is going to be an Eagle.
I mean,
I
you
don't know
need
if he'll
another
be there for y'all.
receiver?
I don't think he'll be there for y'all.
Do we need a receiver? Yeah, we have
Yeah.
we had 3 on the roster last year. 3.
Did you? I thought you had more than that.
3.
All right. Well, you won the Super Bowl, so.
I don't see where he fits with y'all, to be honest with you. The inside,
We need depth at that point. We had 3 last year. And the rumors of
yeah,
trade,
but so what do you consider Devontae, inside or outside receiver?
wherever his sweetheart desires.
Wherever he wants.
No, I'm being serious.
I mean, Devontae's fast. Is Emeka fast? Is he like considered a speed receiver, or is he considered like kind of a high?
He's more possession, I think.
He's more possession. That's why I don't know where he fits with y'all. Like, I don't think he fits.
So that would put AJ on one slot, Emeka on the outside on the other side, or in the slot, and that would put
not a
Devontae
slot.
on the outside. Because if Devontae's faster than both of them, then he's going to be on the outside more.
But
Doesn't allow him-
Emeka's not a slot for real, so that's why I don't think it fits. I don't think it would be good for y'all.
Yeah, I mean that's what I heard.
I mean, it's especially if you
No,
only
I
have
mean I'm not
three
saying
real ones.
you're wrong. I'm saying I don't think it fits.
Take
y'all.
somebody else.
Yeah, as much as I love Emeka, I don't think he would fit y'all system because he's not. Yeah, it just doesn't line up.
Now Golden, if he's there,
Golden would be better for y'all than them.
or Bond really, but I think you can get him later.
Yeah, I would say one of those I think are better. The Dolphins pick is finally in. We're on commercial.
Okay, of course.
What's your commercial? Mine's Beef O'Brady's.
Mine's Grubhub
Yeah,
and
Mine
Amazon.
is.
Trey didn't get commercials. He
I
opted.
don't do.
He has the YouTube logo. So Jamie, what is the necessary need for the Buccaneers that you feel that could have put them over the hump in the playoffs?
I'll stick to what I said on Monday. I think having a linebacker, and we just need to keep being. We have to find ways to make sure that we're getting more pressure on the quarterback. I like Jihad Campbell. Like I told you guys, I love players that come out of Bama's system. Campbell's ability as a blitzer makes sense because Todd Bowles has a very aggressive scheme. He wants to keep playing that way. So I think in terms of what fits us best, and right now I'd rather have someone who fits. It's not like that. There's that much that's wrong with the defense. Obviously, our rush defense wasn't as good as it was the year before, but you have a guy coming in like him, big guy, great athlete. I think Jihad Campbell is probably what we need to go ahead and get that taken care of. If not, and he goes, I would say Malachi Starks from Georgia, so we can get him and Antoine on the field together, and that's going to cause some real havoc for at least in our division. They don't have that many great quarterbacks. It's it should be easier for the Bucs if they go ahead and solidify the safety position, and now these quarterbacks are probably going to be forced to turn the ball over more against us, which is great. I really think about it. Like Atlanta, New Orleans, and Carolina don't really have their guys. So Carolina hopes they do, but Atlanta hopes they do. Everybody's unproven on all those teams.
What would you think about? What would you think about if you guys got James Pierce, the edge rusher from Tennessee? Because I know you had said before that maybe the Yaya Diaby experiment didn't work out the way that the team maybe hoped it did. So I don't know if
No, I mean it worked out pretty good in the first year. Where I thought it didn't work out for them was more along the lines that our defense took a downturn, and I think they were hoping that wouldn't happen with bringing him in from a rush side of things. But he was great, like in terms of what he provided for the defense. But Yeah, I don't know. I want Campbell, to be honest. That's me. I've been eyeing him.
No, I think that's
He's
the
the
best
best
fit.
one.
And
Yeah, he's the best fit.
I don't think the Dolphins are a pick away either. So whoever they get is a
They're taking Johnny
And they
Barnes.
went with the Dolphins went with Kenneth Graham, defensive tackle
Ooh,
from Michigan.
wow. Michigan. That was
None
that
of
three
us.
Michigan players off the board now?
the bigger of the two D tackles
Yeah.
somehow.
he's a big man. That's a big boy.
They still have what? The kid from Oregon still on the board?
Derek Harmon, yeah.
Yeah, Harmer's still there, who I thought was going to definitely go higher than him.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have a very good feeling about this Colts pick.
Who's it gonna be?
What's that?
I believe it's going to be Tyler Warren. Everything I was seeing. No, and
It's Tyler Warren this year's Cooper DeJean, who he's going to draft and everything.
no,
Always one.
Big 26, Tyler Warren. Big 29, Tyler Warren.
Like, you know, you said that shit like 4 times, like
And the
5 or
Eagles
6
with the
times last year.
31st pick.
You're like, this is Cooper every time. This is Cooper. Not
well,
Cooper.
it should
Yeah.
have been, shouldn't it?
John, what if they drop to you? What if he ends up dropping to you guys and you just go ahead and
Tyler?
just get rid of God? Yeah.
Well, that's the plan, is to get rid of Goddard.
Well, if he somehow did drop them in yard
They
training,
take him.
that would make more sense.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I would easily, like, you know, take Tyler Warren. I said that from day one. When I saw him against, what was it, Notre Dame, and he basically was manhandling some of you guys' big-ass defensive linemen, I was like, okay, this guy can play, and he's a playmaker. So, Goddard, I mean, it's not a bad thing to have multiple tight ends. You got to think the Eagles. The reason why they had 3 receivers on the roster is because they have 4 tight ends on the roster as well. Paris Campbell has a ring now. If you think about it. So, I mean, it's not unheard of for us to hold on to 4 tight ends and keep Goddard there. So, I hate that they do that though every few years. Though I like Goddard a lot.
See, the coach knew what they wanted to do. Pick is in already. Whatever the coach did, they knew they wanted.
That's what I was saying. Because they've been connected to Loveland the whole time. So I think this is Warren's the tight end that they didn't think was going to
They
be.
need to get an offensive line. Like, they don't
I
need
don't
in here.
I don't disagree, but they've been connected to getting a receiver or a tight end from like the very end of the season.
Then I would go receiver if anything. I wouldn't go tight. I mean,
Coach looks happy.
That's interesting. In the first 13 picks, have been 9 offensive players, 5 defensive players.
Interesting.
Last year, it was 14 picks. Were the first 14 picks for all offense. So this year, everybody's like, okay, we might have went too extreme last year.
Oh yeah,
last
we
year,
do.
string
We
of
do need
defense,
defense.
18 to
Why is
22.
there a ball for a seat in the room? There's like a big ass ball, medicine
I
ball
guess-
for a seat. That was uncomfortable as hell. No back.
I'll sit on it.
And Mike was right. They do draft Tyler Warren.
Steal.
There we go.
Yeah, because nobody thought he was going to be here. So definitely.
Mike, you know you did that shit like 7 times last year for Cooper.
Right, and
I think it's
you're
gonna be
welcome.
Cooper. I think it's gonna be
No,
Cooper.
but last year was
It's
all
gonna
good.
be Cooper.
Everybody did except for John. The other 3 of us were super sold on John's like, I just don't see it. I don't see why y'all keep doing it.
Yeah, and then
John's like, oh my God, Cooper, I love him.
I did not
we
say
told
that.
you.
I was just like, hey, we got
We
Cooper.
told you that.
All I said was it's funny
All
that
3
he
of us
came
were
to the
very
Eagles
passionate about
and
him.
he was probably the most important player in that Super Bowl, second most important player.
We told you he was going to be good. All 3 of us did.
See, if I play
There
it
was one
down,
person who was stumping last year about how Cooper DeJean was so overrated and why are you 3 just loving him so much? And now John's,
I'm glad I talked shit. See, he listened to our podcast.
He listened.
Said I gotta
Listen,
prove
podcast,
John
that was already
Sawyer
fucking
wrong.
good. I wish you would actually watch Iowa games. The guy was already good. Everybody watched Iowa clearly who got to the page. The truth is, I told y'all this before, and I've said it again. He was a white cornerback. That's what happened. These things happen. White corners. It happens. I'm sorry. Not his fault.
Tyler Warren looks like, all right, now I go back to hunting.
Thank
You hear the
God.
Joe Thomas story on McAfee show? So like every year they invited 5 in his years. They invited 5 guys to go to the draft, and he was on his way to a fishing trip with his dad. And basically, like they're like, "Hey, you got to come to New York." And he's like, "I'm going fishing with my dad. It's the only time I get with him." I thought it was funny as hell. I'm not going here. They just draft me. I'll go. I'm going fishing. I'm gonna be
And
on
with the first overall pick, the Cleveland Browns select.
Was he a first pick?
I think he was.
I don't know. If
I'm
that-
pretty, or he was top. He definitely top 5.
Oh, he's definitely
I
top
think he was
5.
second. I think he was a Jamarcus Russell draft. I think he's like 2.
Was he?
Yeah.
He's in the Jamarcus Russell draft.
3.
I remember the Pistons story. 3. I would say I know he's in the Jamarcus Russell draft for sure.
Who went between them? I wonder.
Shit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wasn't
Let's
that
see if you guys
Calvin
can
Johnson
guess.
or
God damn it, Trey. You're supposed to. You buried the lead. Yeah, it was Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, I remember that draft very vividly. Ted Ginn's number 9 pick in that draft. Brady Quinn goes 22 in that draft.
Yeah, and everybody gave Cleveland shit for passing on him with the 3rd pick.
Yeah, and they still ended up getting him anyways.
Didn't they?
Yeah, well,
Didn't they get him anyways?
yes, they did. Because
As a
everybody
side note,
started passing
Conrad,
him.
thank you, Conrad. I've been trying to track a little bit on the phone when I can. The Knicks and Pistons. Knicks are up 106-101 with 3 minutes and some change left.
That'd
They,
be
Knicks trying to
change.
spread it out.
What's
They
that
got
series?
that close. 1-1.
1-1 now.
1-1.
1-1 about
And
15
the Knicks
fights.
have lost. Knicks have lost 5 straight games on the road, being tied 1-1 in the series. So it'd be a good win for them.
Really? Oh, nice fun
Yeah.
fact.
He's
Yeah, I've been trying.
he's
to
a big dude. To be as elusive as he is, he's a big freaking dude. Is he like 6'6"?
Who?
Tyler Warren.
Yeah,
No,
he's
he's not
6'6". Yeah,
Is
no,
he
he's
6'6"?
He's 6'6".
That's what I'm saying. He's a
He's
big
out.
guy. He's like
He's-
6'6", 280. Moving at his
He's
speed.
He's
He's
huge.
a massive.
No, 6'6". Holy
It just
moly.
said it right here, Jay. 6'6" and 3/4.
Wow. That's crazy.
See, if you had a TV in your room, you'd be able to watch the draft.
You would know.
He
Mike,
only
you
knows
know,
TV.
Mike, you know what you
Be
should do
careful,
when
he's
Jay's not
inside,
home
too.
one day is just install like all these, like you know how people put TVs, just go get old TVs and just put them all around paper as wallpaper.
Don't worry.
And
No.
all of a sudden, you see TVs outside in the parking lot demolished.
And then we just
That's
appear
fine.
on,
They're
on
used.
every appear on every screen. Always watching.
We're disconnected and it comes back on. What the fuck?
You cannot stop it, Jamie. You can only hope to contain it.
It's inevitable.
Suddenly his door locks by itself. So one thing that I saw that I wanted to share with you guys. So far, obviously Cam Ward's the only quarterback taken, right?
Thank God.
Yeah.
About midway through the first round, if he remains the only quarterback to be taken in the first round, it'll be the 5th time it's happened since 2000
Oh, wow.
that only one QB got taken in the first round.
When was the last time? Kenny Pickett. Still.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny
That was the last time it was only one. Huh?
Mistakes were made.
Really?
Mistakes were very much made.
Who was taken first?
All right.
What year was that?
What?
That would have
Kenny.
been 20. I know Kenny Pickett's draft year. Was that 2020? 2021?
I think 21.
Has he been?
Because I remember
don't
being
remember
out.
how long he's
I
been.
remember being out during that draft. In 2020, we were all
Okay,
out
it was
during the draft, so I know-
22.
Okay, I specifically remember where I was at. In
So,
2020, we were-
oh, that's when Jacksonville took Trayvon Walker,
Mhm.
and for some reason passed on Aiden Hutchinson and allowed him to fall right into the perfect place.
Hometown hero.
Right, which worked out. There's also when AJ Brown got traded to the Eagles, and why we don't trust the Titans.
Yep.
That was so fun. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Why we don't trust the Titans, they do stupid.
I was going, I didn't care about the draft anymore. I was
Must
like,
really be confused on this pick because they only got a minute left here on the clock.
They might go ahead and steal Jahad Campbell. If not, they're going to go with probably either Mikael Williams or Mike Green because the Falcons need a pass rusher more than anybody in this draft.
Why not?
So what-
Maybe Jalen Walker then.
I know that Mikael Williams is perfect for the Cardinals right after them. So if he doesn't go now, he'll go to them.
oh, Williams already won, I thought.
Yeah, he already went.
Yeah, Williams already been drafted.
Oh, Williams off the board? Okay.
Yeah, he's already off the board.
All right, then it's definitely going to be Mike Green then.
Oh, there's
What'd
an
you have?
interesting stat for you. Jalen Walker had a less than 1% chance to be available by this point coming into the draft.
Wow.
Jim wants to see the dog. I don't know if he's referring to
Which dog?
which dog. There are multiple dogs actually. Oh, so I didn't know which dog was in the picture.
That's
I was
Papa.
wondering what the hell. I was wondering what you were rubbing.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, come on.
Saying hi.
Just hop off the damn
Oh,
screen if
we're
you're
on
gonna.
Saying hi.
On camera. Do better.
Oh, there you go. You showing off. You better hide that. You better hide that. That's Paulie P.
Go back to the dog. We don't want to see that.
All right, the Falcons pick is finally in.
I think I'm gonna guess Walker here.
Yeah, I would get. I remember last year thinking they were gonna do pass rusher, and then they ended up going and getting Penix. I remember. I can't remember what pass rusher, but I was adamant. I just knew he was gonna pass rusher.
It's like they put it in Green Bay. They put the draft in Green Bay, and it's like these guys got to like get their pick and then go back out, and it's like, all right, we're gonna go out. It's like everything closed at 11, or everything closed at 9.
Next year, did I hear it's in
Probably
Pittsburgh?
just tried to Milwaukee or something.
Well, Pittsburgh's not bad because the city's actually pretty live down there. But like,
Oh no, I'm just saying
Green
in
Bay,
general.
I don't know what's out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Lambeau Field and cheese.
cheese.
Cheese, more cheese, and more cheese.
And did we mention more cheese? The hot Atlanta Falcons.
Your computer.
Hey, Jay, question for you.
I keep getting kicked off.
Jay, question for you.
Yeah.
Of all your Tampa Bay Buccaneers draft picks, who was the most disappointing draft pick?
Say that again, sorry.
Who
Of
was
all
your
the picks,
most disappointing Tampa Bay Buccaneers draft pick ever that you can think of?
Derek Brooks.
No, I said disappointing. You weren't disappointed there.
Oh, most disappointing.
I was like, what the fuck?
He said
What
most
did you
disappointing.
expect him to be?
I assume you were saying
Yo,
most
you about to be exited out. I'm about to kick you out myself. No, you good. You don't.
Yeah,
You can't watch football no more. You can't talk. You can't say nothing.
Right, no, he needed 20 Super Bowls. Like, oh, okay, sorry. That Super Bowl wasn't enough.
Or the Ring of Honor.
Right. I mean, the most obvious
Jalen Walker,
is
by the way, is the pick.
bro. It's very obvious for us. Is when we freaking went with Robert Aguirre in the second round, and everybody thought Light was out of his mind. We took a kicker in the second round.
Oh, the kicker.
That's
Yeah, I remember that.
the worst pick
From
ever.
Florida State.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida State kicker.
Oh shit.
Worst. There you go, Jalen Walker off the board.
Yeah, Jalen Walker is the pick, by the way.
Mhm.
John, most disappointed Eagles pick.
Has to be dude from Florida. Big tall white dude.
Oh, Riley Cooper. Yeah.
Well, he had a lot of other.
Even like for
I was
what
gonna say that's not even. It might not even be
it has
obvious.
nothing to do with
That-
it has nothing to do with like what he actually like said or anything. It's just like I was like, I don't understand this pick. I just don't. I don't get
it's
the
also-
pick at all because we already have receivers on our team, and then number one, number two, I was like, he's not that good anyways. He was number 2 or 3 option on his team at Florida, so why are we taking this kid so high? So I didn't like the pick to start off with. So I'd probably say Riley Cooper. Another one probably would be fortunately it's got to be Carson Wentz at this point.
Yeah.
Because Carson Wentz, even though he won a
Yeah, he traded shit.
Super Bowl, led the team to a Super Bowl record pretty much, and then Nick Foles finished the job. But after that, it was kind of like disappointment city.
Hmm.
I also think he got a raw deal, but that's just me.
Mike, your Giants.
Oh, so many to choose from.
Awesome.
Yeah, right. Hold on. How long do we have? Can we got the rest of the draft? We can just.
Well, the Cardinals have a pick, isn't it? So you got time. The
Cool.
pick isn't it yet.
So, where do I begin? Eric Flowers, Kadarius Toney, Evan Neal. Honestly,
Evan Neal.
I would have to say DeAndre Baker. Because at the time it was, I think we
So
traded.
did you take
back
Neal with the second overall pick though?
No, we took Neal with the 6th or 7th. It was right after we took. We had like 4 or
That's
5,
right,
and
yeah.
then like 6 or 7 because we took Thibodeau and then we took Neal. No, it's Baker. We took him with the 30th in the first round. I think we traded back into the first round to get him. We really needed secondary help at the time. It was the beginning of the lack of corners and safeties that were working out for the Giants. And between his lack of effort on the field and in practice, I mean, the immediate stories from training camp were, oh, this dude's just an awful person. And then he had off the field issues.
Who's that?
And DeAndre Baker. He was out of Georgia.
Don't remember.
I think he he
Don't
was
worry,
a part of
you didn't miss
you
nothing.
didn't miss anything. The biggest story about DeAndre Baker as a Giant was when he and a buddy robbed people at a picnic.
Oh wow!
This is after he got drafted.
How do you
That's
rob?
how
He's a
Right.
millionaire.
Wow,
He's a
right.
millionaire that robbed people. Yeah.
Uncle Mike, I vehemently disagree with you for Chase Claypool being the most disappointing. The most disappointing one is Lima Swede. Actually, if we're going to go receive.
Oh, I remember Lima Swede. He was really
Swede
good on
from
Madden.
Texas. Claypool, as disappointed as he was, he did at least have a good year or two. Lima Swede sucked from off rip. Lima Swede couldn't catch a ball. So Lima Swede is definitely worse than Claypool. He gave us nothing. That man gave us zero. And then other
Gave
than
you a
that,
couple.
Jarvis Jones is also very high from Georgia as far as failed Steelers projects. If you can't make it out there in the Steelers in the 3-4 linebacker, and you can't remotely stay on the field, that says a lot when you're that high of a pick and how bad you have to be. Everybody looks good in that spot. Literally everybody looks good in that spot. So, yeah, Lima Swede, you can fuck off because
Listen, but in Madden 11, Lima Swede was an All-Pro receiver in Madden 11.
Yeah, he was fucking 98 on the NCAA that year in Texas. Killed my Buckeyes. but then he got to the league. So I've always had to stand for Lima Swede.
Yeah.
The Cardinals pick is in, by the way.
Yes, it is.
And Mel Kiper's hair is repeated a little bit more also.
Yeah, it just
Pretty
continues to push further and further back as the round goes on.
Yeah, I think it's active.
Please don't beat your hot Campbell. Please don't beat the Campbell. Please don't beat your hot
Well,
Campbell.
they're talking Matthew Golden.
We'll try to put him opposite of Harrison and just try to go for weapons.
Yeah, they do need a
I mean, they
receiver
got Golden.
desperately.
I wonder if they got the bars open late in the
They
Grand.
got that
I'm really
You mean
interested.
the bar? You mean the bar?
The bar.
The bar. Which is, I believe, the
Do you
name.
think they
of it.
just like created bars for
Bar.
like this day and only?
I think they probably have like drink stations and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, not drink station. I meant like actual bars. Like I would actually like do a pop-up bar and just be like, all right.
Well,
fuck
that's
it. By the way-
what I mean, where they're mixing drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I meant like
John would pull up in his
actual-
truck. He'd fill it up with John would pull up in his truck, make the bed a cooler, just be slanging bears out the bed of the truck.
Okay,
$10.
so
I mean, that would be good. You can make a lot of money like
Arizona-
that.
I'm not gonna be throwing them out. They gotta pay for this shit. I like it.
No, I'm saying you slanging it out of your
Oh, you mean like they come out
the
to
bed of your truck? Yeah, you just
Yeah,
you just
come out
standing
the
up
bed
there.
of-
shit. If they're willing to pay $100 for parking, I'm charged $50 a beer.
the pick is Walter Nolan, defensive lineman.
Walter
Ole
Nolan.
Miss.
Walter
Yes.
Nolan from Ole Miss.
Defensive lineman. Ole
I'm not
Miss
surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Gannon's a defensive-minded coach, so he's gonna go defense heavy in the
Yeah.
first round. He's gonna load
And
that defense up. I mean, you got to think Arizona's had the top defense, top 5, top 10 defense the last 3 years since he's got there.
He's supposed to be
Yeah.
possibly the biggest defensive
awesome.
steal in this whole draft.
Oh, we'll see. They must have really felt confident. But like you said,
I mean, he was a 38
coach. So
overall.
you have a defensive coach, like John said. So I mean, in a way,
He's
a lot
gonna
of
load that up.
Yeah.
He-
Yeah, a
don't
lot
want
of
you-
defensive coaches gonna try to lean into that.
He's
Okay, so
afraid-
what receiver are the Bengals going to take? Because clearly the Bengals don't care about any of the positions other than receiver.
Let's see. McMillan's gone, so that makes it a little
Oh,
tougher.
okay, Emeka Buka's going to the Bengals because they just
You know what? That makes sense.
They
That
just want
makes
to put
sense.
$8 million
Yeah.
per year into the receiver room and Burrow and say, it doesn't even matter. Trey Henderson, I don't care if he's league of sacks. Get out.
Joe, as soon as you snap the ball, just chuck it downfield. Someone's down there.
Yeah, they keep playing like this. They're gonna have Jamar Chase playing
Mhm.
corner too. He gonna be Travis Hunter. They're gonna have him and T Higgins gonna be playing defense too.
Actually, Derek Harmon's sitting there for the Bengals right now. They can't pass on him.
They should definitely
makes sense.
take defense, but
They can't pass on Harmon right now. Harmon
to
dropped.
Trey's point,
But-
they seem to only care about offense.
Yeah, they're
Either
like
that
the
or take the
opposite, they're
big
the
guys.
opposite of the Cardinals. The Cardinals do this every year. They've been drafting defensive guys the last 3-4 years.
Oh yeah.
And the
Oh, they
Bengals
drafted
are
Harrison
been
last
drafting.
year.
Huh? Oh, they
Actually,
got
you know what,
Harrison.
Mikey? Your boy Zabel might be the best pick right here. Just have the Mammoth take up 2 spots, not just one to protect.
If they're
without
gonna
Joe
take
Cool.
if they're gonna take anybody on offense, it also should be offensive line because their offensive line is atrocious. What's Cleveland? Oh, that's a good question. What's Cleveland's biggest bust?
We don't have enough time to discuss this. We're going to make a separate episode.
Every quarterback ever.
What?
Manziel, Tim Couch, Brandon Wheaton.
Tim Couch.
Actually, I wouldn't put Couch as one, though, to be honest, because they were an expansion franchise, so he was doomed to fail. Manziel messed up a lot because remember Manziel got to doing blow and stuff with Josh Gordon, so he also messed up Josh Gordon's career along the path too. So Manziel's a very high candidate.
We sent him out in rehab for 3 more years.
Yeah, he also messed up another All-Pro.
That's why, like, I don't give like I know Johnny probably wouldn't have worked out in the NFL, but a lot of people are like, oh, he's such a bust. I'm like, I don't really know because he was not like that. He was never sober when he was out there.
Right.
That's part of being a bust.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that's part of the reason why Ryan Leaf gets.
Jim thinks it's Tim Couch. I just don't think it's Couch because it was an expansion franchise, and pretty much all franchises with expansions usually fail when they go get a quarterback. I mean, look at Derek Carr, David Carr. Look at David Carr, how bad he broke the record for most times being sacked. You're out there usually playing with a bunch of leftovers people didn't want. So by the time Manziel gets there, the Browns, remember when Manziel came in, the Browns had just won, I think, either 10 or 11 games for once the year before. But they adamantly wanted to put him in because of Haslam wanted to put him in. And then suddenly they get worse, actually, when Manziel shows up. But actually another honorable mention too, Trent Richardson, because we all thought he was going to be there, and that dude sucked. So that was
no matter what.
The thing is, those first few games that year, he looked great, but
man,
no matter what team he went to, he sucked.
Yeah.
He sucked with the Jaguars. He sucked with the Browns. Who else did he go
he was
to?
on the coach for a second. Bad vision, shockingly. But I guess Alabama, the holes are so open, so it didn't really matter.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Cincinnati's pick is in. After we get done watching a bunch of more commercials, the NFL got to try to milk this. I know they're going to be pissed. Everybody keep putting their picks in too quickly for them.
Yeah, it's only been 2 hours. We got another 2 hours to go. Let's go. We still got our show goes until Grandpa Jay falls asleep. That's how it works. And Mikey repeats player picks. Once those two fall asleep, then it's
you mean the head nod? You mean that head nod? Just
we got a lot of those. And then he goes, "I swear I'm not asleep."
You can make a compilation of that video too. Jay nodding off, doing recordings of shows.
the Bengals would be stupid not to go offensive line right here.
Yeah, I mean,
or defensive line,
especially as your franchise quarterback just got basically 2 arm injuries. But even so, like they throw the ball 55 to 60 times a game.
They had to because they were giving up 46 points a game for like a month.
I mean, they were always behind.
Also, go sign that right. What running back?
and they let Mixon walk.
Yeah,
but they did.
I mean, Brown wasn't bad considering.
No, I mean he wasn't bad, but he wasn't Joe Mixon.
No, he wasn't Joe Mixon. I admit he said it, but he wasn't bad.
Mixon.
When you got there pissing off your All-Pro DN also.
Mixon surprised me how they used him in Houston. Like, it has more of a flex back.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay. I like that. And he slimmed down a lot, too, going from Cincinnati, it looked like, to Houston.
Well, remember Oklahoma originally when he was there in college had him more. He kind of played more of the role he played in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They kind of threw it back. Cincinnati, if anything, really.
Look at, there's my house. Having a fire. Nice. That's what I'd be doing right now. Having a fire, having some beers, having a cigar. Got the recliners outside. Man, they live in large. Look at that. That is sweet. I like that. Give me that setup. I'll be out there all night. We should do a live location next year.
Absolutely.
We go to.
It's in Pittsburgh. There's plenty of places to do it.
We just gotta find a bar to go do it at. Trey,
It's gonna be
what's
expensive.
it off
Yeah.
of?
I'll tell you right now, it's gonna be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
No, if we
Some
like
hotel.
live show at a bar and they like pay for our travel and everything.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna pay for the travel because them hotels gonna be out there.
No, we fly to Cleveland and then we drive over with you.
Yep.
We all
Yeah,
clown
you're gonna
card
drive
in
back.
your Mustang.
We
You gonna drive
we
back at night?
clown car into the Mustang.
I'll ride on top, hold
Yeah,
on to
right.
the sides.
Yeah, 'cause
Go
remember I
50.
drive a Mustang, so I would be interested to see how all of us fit in my coupe. I drive a coupe.
Slow down.
Mike and Trey could sit in the inside. Jamie and I can hold on
Bachelor life.
top.
The Bengals pick. They actually went ahead. Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M. They did.
Mm.
They did just go get Trey Henderson's replacement. So Henderson is on the clock now.
Yeah, Shamar Stewart's big.
Uncle Mike said also don't forget Brady Quinn. Brady Quinn was definitely Mike's boy. Brady was definitely a big.
I
plus.
wanted him to be good so bad, but he wasn't.
So did everybody. I know.
I know everybody in Cleveland was so desperate for him to be. Got a lot of Irish folks in Cleveland, so they were super excited.
It's our guy.
And they got
Well, the other thing too with that is they were, they always hyped him up as this prototypical quarterback. Kind of looked like, Peyton, like in the sense of like stature, tall, big quarterback. But it goes back to, like me and Trey at Disney talking about Blake Bortles, and I was like, oh, he looks like a prototypical like Ben Roethlisberger like quarterback, and you're like, nah, dude, he's not.
No, he was just built like Ben. I'm like, no, the style player, because everybody kept saying, like, no. I was like, style player, no. Does he physically look like Ben? Yeah. The style player, I was like, absolutely not. Because by us living in Orlando at the time, we saw a lot of Central Florida games. I watched way more Blake Bortles than I would have if I didn't live in Orlando for that year.
Anthony L. Gaming, is that your cousin?
That's cousin Anthony. Yep.
Well, I don't know. I don't really put much on these like Travis going to Jags because he can't help that. He just got to kind of live with what he's got. I'm sure if it was up to Travis, he'd be a Kansas City Chief, Philadelphia Eagle, Cowboy, or something else. He'd pick a team if you could, but I think he's just got to have. He can't really do much. I don't know if he's going to do much with the Jags. We'll see. Wherever they play him.
It might be the case where he looks great, but the team doesn't have success outside of what he can do.
Luckily, the division.
Once again, look at the quarterback play in that league. If the Texans don't, solidify their offensive
line, and the Texans took a huge step back.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a good fit for him because if you think of that being their only threat at quarterback right now in that division, then it's not a bad thing for him to be there because he's probably going to end up making a lot more plays on the defensive side of the ball. Or because it's so thin at wide receiver, maybe he just slots in there more, right? So it's a good fit for him right now.
Damn, look at this guy. Damn, he ran he's 4.59.
Yeah,
he's
6'5". 270 pounds. He runs a 4.5.
Oh no, he's a freak athlete.
40-inch vert.
And that's faster than Myles Garrett coming out.
Yeah.
And jumping higher.
And he's right, and he's one of four. I think he was one of 4 players that had a 40+ inch vert, and in the entire draft combine.
That is a very green suit.
Yes,
he must play going to the Packers.
All right, so my prediction next 3 picks. Seattle goes offensive line with Zabel. We take Campbell, and the Broncos go running back. The North Carolina kid.
Should we lock that in?
Yeah, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock that in.
Man, you had to do that before the show. Been slacking on your locks, bro. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, took a timeout.
This gambling.
Conrad said Jesus Christ with a must. It's funny too. Like you sit all this time at the draft, just wait for the second, and then say your team makes a trade, and they're like, "I waited all this time. I came all out here just to watch my team trade out the first round."
Yeah, and that's what the fuck's on his chain.
And then what I really love is we get to like the 5th round, and everybody's cheering like, "Oh, that's my guy! I'm so happy!" It's like you've never heard this man in your life. He went to high school. Why are you acting like you're so thrilled with this pick?
Is that Thanos? Does he have a Thanos chain on?
Yeah, it does look like
he might.
Mike's back.
Hello. the Seattle Seahawks.
I wonder how the McAfee pod is doing on this. Or what they're doing on this. Yeah, I can't.
Are they not?
I don't know. McAfee's doing all the rest of the
Not
stuff.
there.
right? Yeah.
Huh?
No, I said
They're not
McAfee's
at
doing all
location.
the rest of the stuff. Was he around for this?
Yeah, they always. I mean, they've been going to the draft last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the DP show's there as well.
The Seahawks, with their pick, took center Gray Zabel from North Dakota State.
Mm-hmm. There's 1 out of 3.
Makes
Okay.
sense. Protect your new quarterback.
Yeah, that's one.
Who's their new? Oh, Sam Darnold. Yeah, I mean that's what we said on. That's what we said. You need to go get him some offensive line, and maybe go get a running back at some point in this draft to help. What's his face?
Kenneth Walker,
and then ultimately have who they got? They got Cooper Kupp. They got
JSN.
Yeah, Jackson Smith.
Marquez Valdez.
And the baby, by the way, the baby went viral from earlier. The baby.
Yeah, man, she was like, she did not give a fuck about him. I was surprised she didn't just get up and let the baby drop.
Spinning up, it just keeps looping when I keep looking down at different posts.
I'm surprised she didn't just let it drop to the ground. Like
crazy stuff on live TV.
That baby was getting thrown around like it was like a rag.
TV.
All right, boys. Come to Papa, Jihad. Come on.
Who was your prediction here, Jay? I don't remember. Who?
Jihad Campbell from Bama.
Gotcha. Okay, I can't remember.
Damn.
Okay, so Jay, you'll be our expert for this. Uncle Mike's asking, bigger bust in NFL history, Todd Maranovich or Jamarcus Russell?
I mean,
I know Tom Maranovich. I know the story because I've read this stuff. I didn't live through that.
Jamarcus Russell didn't even make it onto his first day on the practice field with a glimmer of hope.
Who's Todd Maranovich?
He was.
Here's this guy who his dad basically trained from the time he was like 2 to be this quarterback of the future, and it didn't work out at all. He had the guy like lifting crazy weights. He forced which hand he threw the ball with. Like it was a lot of stuff going on. When everybody tried to make LeVar Ball to be out, is what that guy actually was.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, for me, I would be Jamarcus Russell. They hyped him up so bad, like, oh, they're gonna turn out he's gonna turn around the Raiders. He's gonna make.
Well, I always remember Russell. I remember them. One of the stats was Jamarcus Russell can throw 70 yards from his ass, and I was like, okay, does it matter if he's gonna be thrown from his ass?
Put on his ass, that means he's down.
Stat. I remember
right, I was gonna say. Yeah, if he's on his ass, that means he got sacked, right?
Where did this
guy? He was on his ass sacked. So. Conrad was hoping to see more girlfriends get curved on camera this year.
I was too. I
I love that. That is one of my favorite parts of every draft. Either that or I love watching the moms get in between. Like,
yeah,
I'm the pitcher. You won't be here in a few months anyways. We have to keep these pitchers for the rest of our life. Jim said Jamarcus. Conrad said Russell, and he also threw another name in the ring, Ryan Leaf. That's generation.
Yeah, I said Leaf on Monday.
Leaf.
Said no. I said yeah. Leaf turned into.
And there's a Nicole who's not entered the chat, who is apparently a Tampa fan. Nicole, who do you
Let's go, Nicole.
Who do you want your Bucks to draft, Nicole? Jason's in here recruiting more Tampa fans.
I like how when we ask the chat,
we act like they're gonna answer by voice.
That'd be some shit though. If we could do that. They just pop in the middle of the screen. Well, I think
I'm hopping off because now I'm scared.
We ain't got that type of technology yet. We only paying $40 a month.
We'll get there.
We ain't got that technology yet. That'd be some shit about. Hey, there you
are. Nicole's entered the chat, and now she's on screen.
All right, Mike, fly the drone to the people. Yeah, I say Mike because I would never know how to get it off the ground.
You think I do? I was always terrible with those.
You're more technically advanced than I am. And then
I appreciate your faith in me. I was always bad with like RC cars and stuff.
You know what's funny is like Jay texted me. He's like, I'm not getting any group chat messages. I was like, if you had an iPhone, you'd have a group chat.
Ha ha! Got him.
Conrad said for the Bucks, another receiver. Another receiver for Tampa. Godwin's loss was huge.
Personally, I think Tampa needs to get a O lineman.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty deep right now. I mean, we didn't really bust. McMillan was good when Godwin went out.
Who's the big dude? What's his name? I mean, they're all big, but like the big tackle that went out with that. I think he tore his Achilles.
For who?
The Bucks.
Who went out to tore their Achilles for?
Maybe it wasn't Achilles, but he got hurt. What's his name? He's like your probably all-star lineman.
And he retired?
No, he didn't retire.
He's got hurt.
Worf.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs, right?
Worf.
Yeah. Did he
No,
tear
it's
his
just Wirfs,
Achilles?
yeah.
Yeah. He injured his knee. I don't know if he tore his Achilles, but he did have a bad injury.
And the Tampa pick is in.
Oh boy.
So,
Come on, Kevin.
You know, here's what I really want the Eagles to pick. They got to pick up more squat racks now that they got. Whatchamacallit.
Oh, man, Bulls left defense. We're going there.
Who did the Eagles pick? The running back. A.J. Dillon. They need more squat racks in Philly now. That's what
we go tackle. We should go.
Oregon
kids.
Maybe y'all figure it out because y'all got a linebacker big on A.J. Dillon.
Need a bigger kitchen to be able to feed all the freak giants that they have on the team now.
Yeah,
that was such a fun Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was always fun.
I mean, I know it was boring for you guys, but I was like, I always say, if my team's in it, I want a 40, 50-point win. I don't care. Let me relax in the third.
You want comfort, yeah. No, you want.
I still wasn't comfortable in the third. Jamie's like, it's the third. I'm like, yeah, I've seen this Kansas City team come back.
Yeah,
not that team. That team, I've never seen that team look that bad in a half of football.
Yeah, I don't trust it until it says
not even against the Bucks.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, they didn't look bad.
They looked horrible.
But
you were still.
It was so funny when Tina was like, it would be funny if.
What was the weird stat? Wasn't it something like more?
Your Bucks. Pause. Time out. Your Bucks. Emeka Buka from Ohio State is your pick.
Dang.
Really?
The Bucks get a Buckeye.
No, they're not moving on from Godwin. They're planning for Evans to retire soon.
I mean, Evans is getting up to. I actually like this.
He's 12 years in the league and he's getting hurt.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
one way or another, whether it's replacing Godwin or Evans.
Either way, you replace one of them. Plus, he was always in the couple years of Ohio State. And near the end, he was a captain the last couple of years. So he was always a good leader, always a good locker room guy. Doesn't drop balls. Yeah, I think is actually a great pick.
I mean, McMillan was a great pick for us as a late draft pick, and he's turned out pretty damn good. So,
but Ibuka's like a leader. He's like a guy.
Yeah.
When Evans leads,
here's something Ibuka can do. Like in the offseason, he can go play for the Rays and try to win them a World Series.
Exactly.
Look at that. They know you're a two-way player in high school, which doesn't mean shit. All right, so Trey, you tell me. You love the pick?
Yeah, I mean, I was very high on Ibuka. I mean, Ibuka was anybody who's ever listened to me on this show knows I was always very high on Emeka Ibuka all the way back to his freshman year. Like I said, great route runner, doesn't drop balls, great leader. Not a deep.
And he can move. And he can move around.
He's not a guy who does it if he's not getting the ball and starts complaining. It's never been him.
And he's a player you can put in different areas, right? Like you don't need he's not just a slot. You can put him on the outside. You can put him on the inside, which I think it allows Godwin to kind of have some sort of, movement around there. It doesn't allow Godwin to just play the slot and get killed. He can go play the outside and not tear up his whole lower body pretty much.
And Uncle Mike, don't worry. For the love of God,
he could be immediate impact.
Uncle Mike, don't worry. For the love of God, someone take Sanders. Don't worry, it's coming. Pick 21.
Pick 21 is coming.
But pick 21 is coming.
Pick 21.
And to be honest with you, I think it's the perfect. And the reason why I say it's a perfect location because Shador's not going to come in and try to tell Mike Tomlin what to do.
That's why I'm not as worried. That's why I never was worried about the Steelers getting it because
Tomlin going to be like, nah, you're gonna check yourself.
they're
Like,
not
shut the
running
fuck
house
up.
in Pittsburgh.
Like,
They may try that other place. They're not going to run a house in Pittsburgh. You couldn't put them in certain franchise, but they would have came and tried to.
correct.
This ain't that one, and that's why I was okay with that.
And I think ultimately Dion will be like, no, you respect him. Like, you respect him.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be trying to come around.
As bad as that sounds,
But
you should respect any coach. But I think with him,
there's levels to this shit.
he's too hot. His head's like too blown up. I mean, they call him hot air balloon.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's levels to this shit, and that's why I was always okay if he went to Pittsburgh. 'Cause I'm like,
All right, Meek Mill.
hey, I was saying that way before Meek Mill.
You gave it to Meek Mill. He just stole it from you.
I didn't give it to Meek Mill. Pause.
Oh man, why do you have to dog my guy like that?
You said
Oh,
that.
wait a minute. You thought I was finished? Pause.
His dad's not gonna be able to run over Tomlin. His
No.
dad's not gonna be able to run over.
Yeah, if there's one coach is that Glenn. Yeah.
I'm replying to Uncle Mike. His dad's not gonna be able to run for a couple reasons. A, Deion to Colorado, they'll be in Pittsburgh. They're across the country, so he got to still run his own program over here. B, ownership, they're not gonna let him try to run over.
Plus, I think Dion has the utmost respect for Tomlin. I've heard him talking about Mike Tomlin before, and he's like very high on him. So I don't think he's probably like very happy if Shedeur does go to Pittsburgh. But I could also see you guys probably going something else here. But I mean, quarterback is the need right now because you guys
Above all, yes.
because you have dented head Rudolph back.
Yeah, they have Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson is the roster right now. So
and Skylar
And-
Thompson's.
And
yeah,
didn't Omar Khan?
He sound like a bank teller. Hey, welcome, Chase. My name's Skylar.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson.
Go with Skylar Thompson and more.
Conrad said, "Pause." Laugh.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, don't do that.
And Trey, didn't Omar
I
Khan?
wasn't doing shit to him.
Didn't Omar Khan outright say the other day? He's like, "We go into camp every year with 4 quarterbacks. We currently have 2." So
Yeah,
Omar Khan, the
That's the
GM for
GM.
the Steelers,
He's the GM.
he outright indicated they were taking at least 1 quarterback because he said,
Yeah, they
"We go into
always
camp."
said it leading up to this draft.
Yeah, we go into
Yeah,
the.
they even said when the Rodgers thing was going, they were like, I don't care if Rodgers signs before or after, whatever. We're taking your quarterback. It doesn't matter what Rodgers' decision was. That was always going to happen.
I have a dumb statement because most teams take 4 to 5 quarterbacks to the training camp.
Well, no, it was more about we only have 2 quarterbacks right now. So yes, we are. When asked, like,
He was
Are we-
basically confirming if you think we
Like
want
we're gonna take a quarterback if you want. I'm
Yeah.
giving you the T.
I'm letting you know at some point in
no,
this
we're
draft.
taking a
Right.
quarterback in this draft.
Right.
Wherever
First round, second round, whatever, but it's going to happen.
rope.
No, I don't think.
Reminds me of fun.
I don't think he's Kenny's. I don't think he's small hands Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, tiny baby hands, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I don't think he's baby hands. I think he's better than baby hands. Baby hands. Most people. Remember,
If
baby
Denver-
hands, most people have projected second round, and the Steelers like, we don't care. We've been in the building with him. We like him because he went to Pitt. It's a nice story. A lot of that was a story, which was stupid. But
Denver hasn't picked yet.
yeah, Denver.
Yeah, and if they do go running back, Mikey, it's an interesting one. I don't know. I guess we'd have to just go back and see drafts. When's the last time 2 running backs went in the first 20 picks?
Yeah, I don't know.
Been a little while, but
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Didn't one go with Bijan? It was Bijan and one other guy. I thought it was 2 of them.
What about the Gibbs draft? Didn't Jameer Gibbs go with somebody else?
yeah, I
year?
think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember who else got drafted with Gibbs. But I'm
Man,
pretty sure it was
Gilly, get your ass to Philadelphia. What you doing?
change the sides to whatever team Shedeur goes to.
I don't like this. No. You poser.
Gilly's flipping sides.
You know, I mean, Dion's always been his boy, so I'm not too shocked.
Thanks, Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike said, time for night, gents. Great show. Keep fake Jesus away. That is the fake Pope now.
I need food, Uncle Mike. I need food.
His voice is sounding sleepy. He's been upgraded to Pope.
I need a recharge.
Pope Peterkin.
Ooh, that works.
Papal Peterkin.
Yeah, it does.
Keep Pope.
And they let him make a wish kid do the pick. This is kind of a nice moment.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, I always like it when they have do the picks.
Tim Tebow. What?
What?
Iron Hampton.
Jahade Barron is going to be a pick from Texas.
Odd.
Jahdae Barron.
Yep, from Texas. That is going to be the Broncos pick here. So they actually didn't go running back, but to be honest with you, I think they're still going to go running back at some point in this draft. But since nobody else really jumped early, you still got the two Ohio State guys. You still got Hampton. You still got guys on the board. So I think they're going to pressure. They figure one of these guys may still be here when they come back around.
So
stupid for that. John Cena, where you at? Make a Wish Foundation.
Hey, okay. Here comes resident.
He just comes running out the back
He's a bad guy now.
with bad hairline.
It's break a wish, not make a wish.
All right, so maybe the most anticipated pick of the entire first round right here, huh?
Anticipated.
I don't think so. I mean, because this always was the big story of where we. Because if somehow they don't pick him, then where does he go? If somehow the Steelers
that's exactly.
Then this gets really interesting.
It's the most debated.
So I have seen the idea of the answer to that.
And that would be?
The first pick of the second round to Cleveland.
Huh? For what?
Wait, what are you
talking about?
If Shador doesn't go here to Pittsburgh,
He's going to Pittsburgh.
the next. Okay.
But that was the question.
In a hypothetical situation where he doesn't, the next expectation is Cleveland at the first pick in the second round.
Or do you think there's a possibility somebody has to trade back up to skip Cleveland if they really want?
Well, I mean, there's that potential as well.
Yeah, like try to trade up to get 30, kind of similar to the Lamar Jackson thing. I trade back. I get the last pick in the first.
I'd be so mad if I was him now, to be honest.
What?
If you decided if you didn't get picked by Pittsburgh, but you got picked by Cleveland, I'd be so mad.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
Come on,
dude.
NFL draft. We'll return after this.
Yeah, they definitely try to milk this for a commercial. Yeah, they. Yeah, they definitely try to milk this moment.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's a milking moment brought to you by.
Well, it's weird. Why would you? Because he's not even there.
They don't care. They're still gonna milk this moment. And
is Dion there? Who's in the building?
No one's there. They're not in.
No.
They're not in Green Bay.
Jay, to answer your
Dion
question,
be there, and he wouldn't.
That would be kind of funny. Like, yeah, Dion.
we invited Dion.
We did it. We did it, man. It's like LeVar Ball walking up for.
Or they say Shiloh Sanders up there.
Shiloh. All right, you ain't getting picked. You ain't getting picked, bro. You coming on stage. Take your brother's lumps.
By the way, did anybody else catch the guy sleeping on Jackson Dart's couch?
Yeah.
Was that Jamie?
No. He's done.
They just cut to Jackson Dart.
Some people said if they would go Dart. So.
Yep.
Mikey, what's the answer? You got the fact? You pulled it up?
Yeah, 2023.
Oh, so it was recent.
Bijan and Gibbs.
Yeah.
Bijan, yeah.
It was the Gibbs draft. I said it was the Gibbs. I can't remember who got drafted with him. I'm pretty sure.
It was Bijan before him.
It was Bijan. Okay. I knew somebody.
Bijan was like 6, right?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Bijan was 3 and Gibbs was 6 or 7 or something like that.
8. I'm sorry, he was 8.
Bijan,
he was 8. Gibbs was 12.
The Lions, yeah.
Oh, this is not what we expected.
What?
The Steelers draft defensive tackle Derek Harmon.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, now see, I told you, I was like, this ain't.
That's a steal at 21.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm also not too surprised. Like I said, I'm not too surprised because, I mean, Tomlin's a defensive-minded coach, so he's going to stack that defense like he normally does.
Conrad, not in game 3. Conrad's asking, will NBA talk here trade? Will Memphis get beat down by 20 or more in Memphis to go down 0-3? No, they'll put up a fight tonight, but they will get beat down in game 4. It'll be like a 6 to 7 point game tonight.
You think 6 or 7? I don't know, man. I just think them dudes gave up.
No.
I can see he's winning that shit real quick in the second half and blow them out the water.
If they're going to throw everything in tonight, if they're everything in the bag tonight at them, they have to.
I don't know if they care enough to throw everything in the bag. That's why I'm scared. I get what you're saying hypothetically, but for the effort I've seen from them, man, I don't know if them dudes are like they in Cancun.
Who's about to break down?
Yeah, that's a very good situation for Derek Harmon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because and we've been
replaces Hayward.
I was going to say, this is the heir to Hayward.
Hayward's getting up there. He's still been balling, but he's getting up there. So now you replace Hayward. But for now, you play both of them two together. So you figure your front at this point, you have Hayward, him. You still have Highsmith and Watt. So it's a hell of a front here to get past. And Patrick Queen. You have a hell of a
That's really good. That's really good.
No pun intended, Conrad. Memphis
better. Memphis better. Oh.
No, they don't have any clip.
They better
throw some grenades.
See, look, Memphis up by 10 right now.
Yeah.
What quarter? How many minutes?
Actually, they're up 50 to 37. 9 minutes left in the second.
So now we get a potential answer to the question: what happens to Sanders now?
This is why we have to ask these questions, John, because you never know.
I think Sanders.
Because the word on the street is Pittsburgh was very split on Shedeur, and that's why they went with Harmon.
I think they'll go. Maybe Pittsburgh trades back into the first round.
I mean, it's possible. I think they have the draft assets to do it. I think they have some extra ones.
The next
they don't have a second. They don't have a second. So
really,
it was DK Metcalf. That was the second round pick for him.
Oh yeah.
The only way to do it would be to get rid of Pickens, as people thought, and then maybe you attach a third in a future or something. That's what you probably
do. You bring in Shedeur to Minnesota?
That might not be a bad thing. No, they're not going. You can win. I mean, they're closer to winning than most teams in the NFC in terms of 1 or 2 missing pieces.
No,
I don't think they go back. I don't think they go back-to-back years with quarterbacks in the first.
Yeah, because you haven't even figured out the other guy works. So at this point, you at least see if.
Yeah, my thought process is like, okay, JJR, got a torn ACL, he's hurt, and you bring Shedeur in a dome for at least 8 games a year.
Jim, to answer your question, thanks for stopping through. We definitely appreciate it. We won't be on live tomorrow, but we'll be on Twitter. So definitely check us out. I saw you follow us on Twitter. So definitely follow.
We're always around.
Live reactions. We'll definitely be live tweeting throughout the game. I mean, I'm sorry, I said throughout the draft. We'll be live tweeting.
It's all a game.
Throughout the game.
It's a long ass fucking game, Trey. 4-day long Trey. This is Tour de France.
All right.
But, Jim,
all right, it's the end of round 3. Who's won so far?
We definitely appreciate you stopping in, Jim. And definitely thanks for being active in the chat. That always helps. And definitely, like I say, hit us up on Twitter. We definitely will talk back. I think I saw Jim Fowles got followed him back since we've been on the show.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm pretty sure it was him. Somebody followed back. I'm pretty sure it was him. It's the Chargers. What do y'all think they're doing?
Surprise! It's Shedeur.
Chargers are going to go probably. If I had to guess with Jim, I think he's going to go some defensive help because that was where they kind of struggled last year. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go offensive tackle again because he loves Justin Herbert and he wants that to work so bad. So why not?
No, I think this might be the spot where Golden or somebody goes because they need receiver help badly.
Opposite.
He does love Justin Herbert, which White needs to get another receiver for him.
I mean, there's a few. There is a few different places they can go where it kind of there is this sense to it as to like what they're going for, whether it's protecting Herbert, giving him another weapon, secondary help to help Derwin James.
No, it makes sense. Yeah,
Golden opposite McConkey be kind of a nasty combo.
Yeah, but that's why I kind of lean to that because McConkey did hit, which you needed, but they do need somebody else to. Conrad does bring up a point. Bosa is gone. So you do that.
That's true.
They
I
got
keep
a lot more
forgetting
hoes than
Bo's
really.
gone.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he was always hurt anyways, but either way, you do need some. And Harbaugh does love to drive defense. I mean, he's always a big
Either defense or offensive line.
a line. Yeah, that's Conrad literally saying it right as you said that is he's a guy who does love line play.
And because if he's focused on his quarterback, which he was in San Fran, and whatnot, I
But
mean,
what about this scenario, John? What if he decides Will Johnson said he wants to go corner, go get his boy from Michigan?
I wouldn't be surprised there.
I mean, that's his guy. I mean,
He
or is this
recruited him.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's his guy, right? Or is this a Pete Carroll situation where remember Pete Carroll doesn't take Taylor Mays, and then later we figure out that Pete Carroll was like, I kind of didn't take him because I knew the guy so much. I mean, Josh Simmons at Ohio State could be interesting because he played against him a couple times. Similar to how he went and got Dobbins at Ohio State because he knew the guy because he had went against him.
Yeah.
Simmons could be a possibility. It's
Well, especially if like you said with Harbaugh, the biggest thing I always say is like if a coach goes from the NFL, from college to NFL, and he knows these guys better than anybody, right? So you're gonna know if
at this point he does.
talent. And Will Johnson's always been that way. He's been like kind of like Santa still back there, and he was a key part of the national championship team. So it's like he was probably sitting there like, okay, if he's there, I'll probably grab him. So I could see Will Johnson, and Will Johnson's fallen a lot from what he was projected.
Yeah, considering he's supposed to be in the top 5 to 7 pick. Yeah,
That's
people
valuable.
projected him in the top 7 at one point. So
Yeah, exactly.
I could see that possibly.
Isn't
It's
Golden
always
dealing with legal issues though?
Huh?
Isn't Golden dealing with legal issues too? My bad. I'm on the screen.
I'm not sure on that.
I thought he was doing that, but
with the college coaches, to your point, like right now, so this is pretty much by the last year, maybe next year where Harbaugh gets that advantage of knowing the guys.
Yeah.
Because after this, now he wouldn't have recruited. But this draft and last year's draft were guys either he recruited and didn't get, but he still learned them, or he played, or he coached against them, so he had to still scout them. Like, and that's why I said Josh Simmons would be interested in Ohio State because again, that's the guy he had to scout because he played against. He probably recruited him, didn't get him, and also coached against him several times.
But even more to your point, that's another reason to again grab the guys you can as fast as you can, and let's see what we can do with them. You know what I mean? Like, let me grab them while I can, so I know these guys, and then I'll kind of like let them back in.
Yeah. I didn't think of hard because they got all the way down to 40 seconds. So they it must be some real thought process.
I mean, those top 5 are go again, so because every single one of those players they need.
Yeah, they're about to run the whole clock.
They were saying on the McAfee show, this is going to college a little bit, and you could stop your answer when the pick comes in. But they were saying on the McAfee show that if anybody's going to make a change to college football in the NIL and whatnot, it needs to be led by Saban. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I've heard a couple people say it, but I mean, he's not. I mean, I guess they were saying because he has the distance now, but no, because a lot of this is legal. So Saban's not a lawyer. It's going to take multiple people. It ain't one guy. You're going to need lawyers, contracts, and a bunch of other stuff to try to, I guess, get back on the rails.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's just tough to see, like, a lot of programs, kids not willing to develop at a school. And I understand that there's this thing called, like, okay, maybe you just don't fit, and you make that grown-up decision. But ultimately, are we going to continue this one-year transfer and everything? I think that's more for another show, but I heard that today or the other day, and, I was kind of like, that's a good point. It's a pretty good point.
But they don't.
That's
the
an interesting idea.
because the NCAA doesn't have a governing body like anything else. Everybody has leagues. So, I mean, that's why boxing we don't always get the matches we want because you can just do what you want to. Now I don't feel like you just take the belt back. I'm good. The UFC being the governing thing makes you have to go fight a guy. When we had the COVID thing, that's when you realized how much the NCAA really isn't needed. Because remember, people were like, we're not going to play. And Big Ten was like, well, we're not going to play. The SEC's like, well, we're playing. And NCAA has nothing to do with this. They can't stop it. The only thing they govern is the playoff. And technically speaking, all the schools jump up right now and say, we'll make our own playoff. And the schools literally, if they wanted to, walk right away from the NCAA to start their own thing if they wanted to right now.
Yep.
If the SEC and Big Ten jumped up and said, you know what? We're just going to make our 2 mega conferences. Everybody else do what they want to. We are now not members of the NCAA or CAA. It wouldn't be a hard thing for them to do.
No.
Oh, it'd be simple.
Yeah. Whereas like the NFL, the Chargers can't just jump up. So, you know what? I'm good. We're leaving the NFL. Like that's so. The other thing somebody brought up, it was a show I was listening to last week. They were talking about in the NCAA that they basically tried to look to the courts to do the work instead of them trying to figure out a solution. So when the courts then said, no, it's cool, the kids get paid, then they were like, oh, crap, now we got to figure this out. What should have happened is they should have figured out their own solution. You don't leave that to the courts. Now the cat is out the bag, for lack of a better term, and now they're stuck in the wild, wild west where people do what they want to. The Chargers ended up going running back from Carolina. They went Amari Hampton. Who I think is going to be a solid player. I just thought Harbaugh was going to wait and, if anything, re-up that line before doing it. I mean, Hampton has 1,500 yards each of the last 2 years and 15 touchdowns rushing, and he's pretty good out the backfield as far as catches. So Harbaugh does always like a running back, so I'm not shocked he took a running back. I just shocked he took a running back first. I thought he was going to wait till the second round and probably re-up the line in this round is what I would have thought he was going to do.
Yeah, the depth at running back means he can
we got a girlfriend. We're going to get anything here? Conrad, we get anything? We got a girlfriend on screen.
Conrad would be our we can hire Conrad to go to each of these draft parties and be like, you can be the girlfriend reporter just to see all the tea.
we now send it.
What really happened when the camera was on?
Right. Like Conrad could just be like this the entire time. Come on.
We now send it.
Dobbins left. Yes.
We now send it live to our girlfriend correspondent Conrad on scene. Conrad, what can you see out there?
They actually aren't as happy as we thought they were. I know a camera looks like that, but what you didn't see is 2 minutes later, she shoved her aside and told her to get out of here. We're just doing this for optics. As soon as that camera cuts.
Reports are saying she may have thrown his phone. I'm looking to speak with some witnesses that are not as close to the family that might be able to reveal the information for me.
Right.
Giving updates while eating plates. Yes, Conrad. See, you understand. He understands the assignment.
Yeah, make sure you definitely eat a plate. Report on the food, and if the food isn't good and the player looks like it's good, we need to start.
I get so angry at some of these draft parties though. Like you see all these people. There's no food on the table. Like I know my fat ass is want to see it. I mean, but like at least put some like chicken wings or some cookies or
something.
In the back. It's in the kitchen.
But like you can't put let's see the spread. What if her mom cooked all this good damn food and he's in the back in the kitchen?
Who said these people know how to cook for real?
I don't know. Maybe some of them got it. Look how big they are.
We already had Des Bryant's mama getting judged if she was a prostitute. Now we can be judging people's mama on, man, her chicken look dry. I don't know about this pig.
There it is. Finally some fucking food.
What, cheese heads?
No, there's food going on the desk right now. I know I'm ahead of you guys, but might be cheese curds actually. I don't know. I'm hungry.
Right. I'd say that was one benefit of the one that we did at Maloney's, but we didn't eat during the show then either.
I was gonna say I didn't eat after the show though.
We didn't eat during the show, and then all of a sudden Mike decided he just wanted a one bite of hamburger and then go hack it up in the bathroom afterward.
It was two.
Motherfucker ate he ate faster than me, and that's impressive. I'm like looking at him, he's like finishing it. I just started mine, and I'm like, all right, bro, you need to relax. This is years of professionalism. I am a 10-year pro. I'm a 32-year pro right now.
I have trained.
I've trained for this.
The word is now as a freshman to try to trade back up into the draft.
Who's that?
Who?
Just teams in general. For the last 2 picks, they said there's been a lot of calls being made with teams trying to see if they can move up.
But that's the thing. It's like a lot of teams probably be like, no, because what are we going to do? We need some teams.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
That's the problem with this next picks is like Green Bay, Minnesota, Houston. They all still need good picks. So it's not
now we're at the point where the playoff teams are here. So now the playoff teams are thinking if I get the right pick, they're not looking to try to bolster up for future drafts. They're trying to make it to the next round of playoffs. Conrad said, "Let me check in with a drunk uncle about this situation."
I think Green Bay does have, Conrad. I think Green Bay does have to go offense here or defense. He said defense.
Defense.
I think they need to go offensive line. They need to protect Jordan Love. He got destroyed in that Eagles game both times.
Simmons or Connerly, I think makes the most sense here. on the O line.
mean,
It also occurs to me that if he makes it to the 31st pick, Matthew Golden is going 31st to the Chiefs. They cannot help but take a fast receiver.
I know it seems fitting, right? I still have I had a wild card pick. It didn't come up on the show that I didn't get time to. My wild card pick was the Chiefs actually go for Travion Henderson and try to get a running back that can block and run to give Mahomes another weapon. You figure because remember you did lose Rice, so you do got Rice.
Right.
You still got Rice at receiver, and you still got old boy from last year.
Pacheco?
But, no, I'm talking about the receiver from last year. I'm blanking on that, the super fast one.
Xavier Worthy.
Worthy. So you have Worthy and Rice, so you do have two receivers on the outside now.
Yes.
Pacheco is good, but he can't play all three downs. So you want to get that all three downs guy.
Correct.
Where he can also catch out the backfield. Now we can spread out and our running back can catch. So that was a theory I had is that Henderson actually popped up as a Chief if he was still sitting.
Well, yeah, because Henderson, I would think, translates to be what they had hoped Clyde Edwards-Helaire was going to be.
Exactly, but he's much more physically imposing than
right.
Edwards-Helaire. So that was what I thought.
Yeah. I don't know. It just makes too much sense that they take fast receiver.
Look how many people that is.
Oh, no, it's insane.
That's wild.
I don't like what I mean, folks.
Go, Pat, go. Go, Pat, go.
Conrad said the guy wasn't stopping your Eagles, or wasn't going to stop your Eagles, basically. Yeah, I don't know. Because the thing about it,
God wasn't.
But I don't know if they necessarily has an offensive line. See, I don't know how much you watch Green Bay. It does not call you out on this, but you watch the Eagles game. The Eagles have the best defensive line in football. Everybody looks bad against them. So if we're going to just scale, but the Eagles kick their ass, then everybody needs to drive offensive linemen because that defensive line kicked everybody's ass. Yeah, they did hold up for most of the other games. I don't know if the line was. I mean, you can never have too many offensive linemen. So I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I just wouldn't judge it based on the Eagles kicking their ass because who didn't Eagles defensive line kick ass last year. I mean, they were just rotating motherfuckers off the bench.
Silent
the Eagles' backups literally could have been a starting unit last year.
At every level.
Yeah, right. So that's where it's like, I don't know. That's not really a good indicator.
We are a super team. All the best players here to crush the league.
Well, and that's always interesting thing whenever a team loses in the playoffs, because sometimes when teams lose in the playoffs, they come in, they all over panic. It's like, were we really that bad with this one night and we got the wrong team, or was this truly our area of concern? So you still got to look at your entire season. So where we messed up at? So I believe defense. Wouldn't even be shocked if they looked at a corner because there's been a lot of stuff about Jair Alexander being on the block.
I'm going to get rid of Jair, though. That's the thing, too. They've been trying to trade him for the last two years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Because they've been trying to get rid of Ja Wick went down. I see my 20 is going to be right. My plus 20 is about to come to fruition. Not that I wish injuries. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Yeah. But what type of injury does it look like, Conrad?
You know what? On a Packers note, Jahad Campbell seems like the type of linebacker they take.
Oh boy, Ja Wick just went down.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's what I just said. I was waiting to hear.
What's the injury?
Conrad, what type of injury does it look? Is it upper body, lower body, or
how bad?
Trigger finger, you know.
That trigger finger tough. You ain't never gonna hurt that.
You ain't.
That trigger finger strong.
God damn it! You got a trigger finger injury. Did you see the guy on Instagram? Basically, like it was like he was imitating John. He was like, "John, you can't do that," because he did like the first imitation. So he gets down and he goes, "All right, coach, I got you." He hits another three, gets down. He's like, he's like, "Coach, I can't do assault rifle either."
No, I didn't see that.
And then he like hits another one. He pulls out a bow. He's like, "I can't do bow either." Like, no, god damn it,
no.
Oh yeah, I forgot we are in Grand Bay, aren't we? So we got all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
It hasn't felt like you're gone 2.5 hours, though, to be honest with you.
No.
So with this, Will Johnson, that's what I was going to say, would be interesting every time I'm slipping because if they are trying to get Jair out of there, if they do, then why not take the guy who, oddly, people thought was a top 10 pick who is slipped now to 23 or later?
Well, now you trade Jair and probably get some either picks or either more assets for the team.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. So
now you upgrade because now you don't have to pay him first top 10 money. Will Johnson too.
Well, yeah, you actually get lucky there, right? Because him slipping there, you don't pay him like you said. You thought you had to pay him. It's a pretty decent difference in the pay scale of a number 7 pick versus number 23, especially when you start getting those 50 options and stuff.
I know you're probably gonna hear. You're gonna
we're all wrong here. We're all wrong here. Matthew Golden is the pick.
Receiver. Okay.
I said Chiefs. God damn it.
So
all right.
There's an interesting stat here. So the estimated population in Green Bay, Wisconsin is 107,000. The estimated draft attendance is 125,000.
There was more people at the draft than there are.
Yo, they probably ran out of so much stuff at stores. And could you imagine? It's like, shit, what do we do? I don't know. Just dig a hole and we'll hide in it.
Just start drawing on T-shirts. Just draw logos on T-shirts.
Just start. I can only go so fast.
I need 3 bear shirts now.
We're getting shot at.
You didn't see that?
You didn't see it.
So it looks like it was a hip injury. He fell hard on his hip. Josh, and they took him back to the locker room. So.
Oh yeah, Conrad saw that. He said when he did the UV missile, I lost the UV. Yeah. Man, we gotta get Conrad on the show. We should just send him a link and pop on.
Conrad,
you want to pop on?
Yeah, if you want to pop on, we'll send you the link right now. Just let me know
on?
your number. I'll text it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I got his number. I can text him.
Wow, what a pick!
I'll forward you a link if you want to pop on. It's up to you. Right? We ain't playing the homies pop on. Just well.
Oh, the Vikings.
We should have had like Brandon and them come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I texted Brandon earlier to let him know we had a show, but he never hit me back. But I don't know. But Brandon be DJing and all that type of stuff, so he might have had an event.
Yeah.
I was running to see what Brandon's up the Lions to do.
Fireworks going off for the Packers pick. And now they immediately get to
vote. Hype though to get drafted by the team that I'm already there. I ain't gotta go nowhere.
Well, I know, right? Because you get
that and the entire, almost the entire crowd.
He's the man in Green Bay tonight, for real.
Yeah. Don't tempt me with good time shit.
I'm about to send you the link.
I think Jamie went to go eat.
That's from the sounds of it. Send those out there. Send a Grandpa J care package.
Don't tell me it was a good time shit. So Pat texted me during one of the Denver Broncos pick. He sent me a picture of a dwarf. He's like, "Look at." I'm like, "Oh man, Pat, come on."
The only draft pick that gets to speak to the crowd.
Right, he gets to go do a whole concert up here.
Yep.
He can be eating free for a little bit.
That's what I said. He gets to be a man to see. Like everybody else is cool because you're a pro, but like he is the man in Green Bay tonight.
Yeah, because they're like, "Oh, we just got our like," especially if he go off in the first year. Oh, he's set.
Well, I remember that's how it was last year with Detroit. Because I remember dude started running in the crowd last year. First pick in Detroit, he's in the crowd partying with them. He got picked.
Well, yeah. Think about it. They read your name, and all of a sudden you're home.
Yo, football fans are wild, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, like we're big diehard fans of NFL and our team, but if you think about it, I wouldn't like. I think I got asked a question one time, like, "Am I the biggest?" And I'm like, "No, not even close."
No.
There are people that buy season ticket after season ticket, don't care the price, open second mortgages on their home for this shit. Like, I'm sorry.
That's wild.
Get caught calling out sick. Get caught calling out sick from work on national television.
Yeah, like I'm not that. And here he is.
Man.
The one and only Conrad.
The
What up,
man,
Conrad?
The legend.
What's up, my guys?
What's
Hello,
up, man?
sir.
Finally put a name to the face. Face to the name.
Right.
Hey, man, I'm blessed. Thank you guys again, man. Been
Of
rocking with y'all
course.
since.
You've been cracking me up all night, so I'm like, wow.
No, of course.
He's
Yeah, why not? Hop
been in
on.
the
Yeah,
comments. Might as well just have him come on.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, brother, appreciate it.
Right, you in the comments, you might as well pull up. Pull up, come
Yeah.
keep us for the last couple picks. Yeah,
That
we ain't got
Insta
too much left.
had me weak. I said the UV missile, I lost it, and then the sniper position. Yeah, you.
Bro, I can't do the. I can't. No, you cannot do.
No, you cannot.
Is that game getting closer or no?
They're probably getting close now, right?
Oklahoma's trying to push it, but they just can't get over that hill. I second
Really?
half. Yeah.
Yeah, I expected once you said that, I'm like, okay, it's about to be on now.
I was gonna say I expected they just take over and blow them out after that.
Let's hope so.
You know what? It could be an interesting Shador team. You know, I'm just looking at what we got left. What if the Rams just said, we're going to put you on the bench for a year? We got
That's why I
quarterback.
Oh, Shador is sit behind us on. We got a shut on.
That and he did say,
Oh shit! The Giants are trading back up into the first round.
Jackson Dart.
Who the hell said Jackson Dart?
Oh wait, I
Dart?
said this on Monday. I said they're gonna pick Carter or Hunter with the third pick and then trade back in for Dart.
I think they're gonna get Shador if they trade with the right pick. They don't. They haven't said who though.
Right.
Come on, Schefter.
They said it's the Rams pick.
So it's probably gonna be Shador.
Yeah, it's the Rams. So funny is that slot.
Shador number one quarterback after Cam Ward.
I don't care. I don't like it.
He said
I like this guy for Jackson.
I've said this the whole time. I don't want the Giants to get Shador.
Why would you want him to get Jackson?
Because I like Jackson more as a quarterback.
Oh, so you just want to have another Daniel Jones? Got you.
Ah,
I actually like this Diamond Jackson pick for the Vikings.
And no, it was the 25th. Wasn't the Rams pick?
The Houston pick?
Oh, the Houston pick. Okay.
They traded the Houston pick.
That's weird.
Oh, maybe they were trying to hop the Rams. They thought the Rams were about to do what I said. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that might have been what.
With the 25th pick, the Giants take Daniel Jones. Shit.
Not again.
So y'all gave up y'all second round pick and y'all third round for next year. So you didn't give up really a lot, to be honest.
I mean, they moved up like a handful of spots because they were 2. And
Conrad, how are you on Shador?
huh?
How are you on Shador?
My main thing that I took away from it was it wasn't his mechanics all off season. It wasn't about his work ethic, nothing. It was his dad, and I guess he was entitled. We had this big thing about it that was, Bronny. Bron ran up on Stephen A. Smith, but all just became about, just giving it to, the sons of the younger generation. It was never about, what he did on the field. He was a winner. HBCU, I know Jackson doesn't, count as much. He was a winner there. Turned that program around. Went to Colorado. Who knew that he was ever going to get his retired jersey? It was just entitlement. Everything was just about him just being cocky and just being an ass, I guess, if you want to make it like that. He had a pro day. His numbers lined up. Not the strongest arm, Cam Ward, better arm, I would say.
Cam Ward.
I would say Shador better mechanics, just not speed guy if you're looking for that. But I mean, what else is wrong? Put him in a beautiful situation. I'm not gonna lie. Go to the Rams. You have Sean McVay as a quarterback whisperer. He gets to study underneath. Oh my God, I forgot it. Stafford.
Yeah.
And then you go into a next year with Nakua. Oh man, beautiful. It's set up. It's just set up.
And he's got a good running back in Kyron Williams.
Well, and that's why I said the Rams initially, but I think the Giants just hopped them to make sure the Rams didn't do it. I think the Rams are going to do it, which is why the Giants traded up.
By the way, I feel slightly attacked. They're showing me a Saquon Barkley nationwide commercial right before the Giants pick. I'm attacked.
That's a good.
I think you can get his discount on his jersey on. Wow, what the hell happened to me there? Stroke.
I can
think
get a
his
discount on his jersey.
on discount.
I'm sure I
You
can.
know, you
No,
know,
he's a Super Bowl champion now, so it's the price went back up.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Come on.
Regardless, when your mom wake up tomorrow, it's gonna throw her off because she went to bed thinking, "Oh, okay, the Giants are done."
Yeah. I don't have
She's
to
gonna
see what
wake
Mike
up.
thinks anymore. Now I'm stressed again.
Yeah. It's,
Memphis 70, Oklahoma 61 halftime.
77-60.
okay.
Halftime.
No,
Jeez.
hold on. They're down by 25. Excuse me.
Damn, where the hell is the defense? What the hell did they do today? Didn't see that was not the result I saw. Good thing I didn't get to my DraftKings in time because I would have definitely dropped my little money and failed this tonight. I was so busy trying to hurry up and get ready for this show that I didn't get a chance to look at the
77
77-51.
77-51.
Dang.
I guess you said your prediction. You asked us the question of would the Thunder win by 20? I guess the question is Memphis going to win by 20 if they keep this pace.
Right.
Who's going off? Bane going off?
Lightweight. Not too much. It's the other people. It's actually Jaren Jackson who needed to freaking step up. Now that should have been overrated. I'll go back to your point. Halle Berry, or Halle Berry, what the hell? Listen, they're doing my man wrong. He busted ass. I will tell you that. So I'm going to give him love. Listen, I'm going to give love. He's just light skinned, so people just hate him. But listen, he busted his ass. We have to put respect on that man's name. So not overrated. They're
Halliburton's Mike's dude. No, I'm serious. That's Mike's guy for real.
Yeah, no,
Hey.
I'm a big fan of Halliburton.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah, that's why I brought him up earlier in the show. That's Mike's dude.
By the way, I just looked at the box score. Scottie Pippen Jr. has 23.
There you go.
Oh, so that's okay. No, because I'm like, they got 77 and a half, so I'm like, somebody got to be teeing off. That much.
What did Ja have? I wonder.
Ja had 15.
Still a lot.
He was having a good half. I mean, consider.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering all.
Oh, they're stressed right here. They're stressed.
Wait, what the heck? The Falcons on the clock now.
He looks like he's been crying.
Dable?
No, did you hear what I said?
No, Dart.
No, did you hear what I said?
No.
It says the Falcons are now on the clock.
Did we trade with the Falcons?
That would make
it sounds like y'all may have traded this pick. Like,
but the screen says that the pick's in.
Yeah, but that still could be. The trade could still be updated now. The graphics guy fell asleep.
I was gonna say the people at the draft they're showing the Giants are making the pick.
Oh, never mind. I think the Falcons just hit the Rams spot.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they would be on the clock because the Giants submitted their pick. So
yeah, because the Giants have made their pick. Yeah, I think they just hit the Rams spot. So we'll see. Mike, you're gonna be happy. Mike, you're gonna be happy. Jackson Dart is your pick.
Let's go! Let's go! Awesome.
And
Sweet.
Free fall continues to happen.
I thought so. I didn't want to like jinx it on myself, but I was thinking it was Dart because everybody, when they cut to Dart, he was holding his phone and everybody was hugging him. Then when they cut back, it looked like he had been crying on the couch.
Well, that makes sense. But
with Jameis, Russell, and now Dart, pray for you guys.
Yeah, I'm not on Dart. Yeah, I'll be honest.
On Hard Knocks right now, I'll pay good money to watch that. Just to keep
they are never accepting Hard Knocks again.
Well, I just want to, I just want to watch Reverend Winston and Reverend Wilson.
No, I'm genuinely so excited for Jameis Winston to be a New York Giant.
Conrad in real life.
What's up, my brother Pope?
What's good?
We were in the chat and we might just say like Conrad hop on the show.
So Jay, have you heard what happened?
I am catching up.
Jackson Dart
is a giant.
The quarterback room is full.
And Shador continues to fall.
And Shador is still sitting there.
Oh, damn. The Vikings got Walter Nolan? Holy moly.
No.
That's a good
Yeah, so the Rams, that's all it was, right? The Rams did trade for the Falcons pick.
Yeah. And
they
they
did?
knew exactly who they were
What kind
taking.
of who the Falcons could be. I wonder who they were trying to trade for. This is a curious one. Somebody must have really wanted for them to try to jump up and do this.
Oh, they're gonna get Will Johnson.
Oh yeah, they
that-
do need some
Yeah,
secondary
that
help.
can make sense. Yeah, that can make sense. I'm thinking in my head, like, what the hell are they
Because
trading
that's who
for?
probably Baltimore wanted. Because
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
Baltimore, Detroit
They
needs
definitely-
secondary help.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what I was
yeah,
trying to think of.
yeah.
Who
And
would
if
they
if
be trying to
Baltimore hadn't
hire?
taken Detroit would have. 100%.
I'm just not sold on Jackson Dart. I watched him play a couple times.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Jackson.
I'm not.
I am.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm
I'm not entirely sold on him either. But I'm more sold on him than Shador.
Why?
I was concerned still
Because I never heard that Jackson Dart was entitled and was demanding, and I don't want that in the locker room.
A reckless and gunslinger and put your guys in a position. I'll tell you, I go with Dart. Lane Kiffin hates him, but I guess loved him at the same time. So
I mean, he was
Is that the same thing we say about Lane Kiffin? Everybody loves him but hate him. So I guess it fits, right?
perfect relationship.
On this guy.
Yeah, it sounds like a match.
Saw himself in that kid.
Right? Yeah, he literally saw himself. Like, oh yeah, I relate to this guy. He seems familiar.
So Falcons get the 26th pick in the first round, a third round pick and the Rams get the 2025 second round pick, a 2026 first round pick, and a 2025
First
seventh
year?
pick.
Damn, they sold out for that
Hey,
pick.
well, no, because I'm just thinking of how much the Giants just traded to get up to that pick. I don't know how much the Falcons just traded to get to that pick. They gave us significantly more than the Giants did to get up to that pick to get Dart.
Well, they probably. I mean,
They better love whoever this is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They better really mess with this because they.
well, I mean, the thing is, like, I don't think this. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be tough. Who's gonna be starting quarterback? In my opinion, who would you start?
In New York?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Russ. It's Russ unless he gets hurt. They're not going to pay him.
Russ for the
They're
No,
not
who's the
going to.
backup?
They're not.
who's the
It's
backup?
Jameis. It's Jameis. Dart's literally just going to
Yeah,
sit.
win.
The Darts. Okay, that's what I see. How far down the depth chart he
Why is
plays?
that guy
Yeah.
so? He's not even head. He's talking the wrong guy. You know, he missed the head coach. He's hugging the wrong guy. The guy ran and hugged the white dude. That's security. Missed the head coach.
He really loves that security guard.
I think that's like a strength coach.
See how it works out. So I don't know if you
The
guys saw.
Giants.
Did you guys see what they said? What they were saying about why essentially they may have picked Dart?
No.
Mm-mm.
Dable, when he watched him play and met with him, apparently saw traits that he saw in Josh Allen.
Yeah.
James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee is going to be a pick here. So they went.
Okay,
edge.
so they went edge rush.
I figured they were going defense. I just didn't know what part of defense. I mean, they
Whether
do
it was
a lot.
secondary.
Yeah, which way they were going to go.
But I don't. I mean, I guess he wouldn't have been available when it got to them in the second round, but
Probably not.
I say we convinced the Ravens or the Lions. I mean, well, Ravens and Lions could have went. Because the Lions might have looked to put somebody opposite of Hutchinson, so that might have been. The Lions might have went for him.
I can't imagine that if there's not a solid secondary player, which there should be, that the Lions aren't going to take him.
Stop acting like you know who he is. And these people.
That's a good girlfriend. Okay, good judgment. Good judgment, James. Pierce.
I met you one time
I'm
in
like-
second grade.
I'm liking the
No, I'm
judgment about
saying like they
James
don't
Pierce.
even know who James Pierce is. I didn't even know who.
Yeah.
Watch
I
a
thought
lot-
you meant the people congratulating him.
Personally, I can say one thing: that man is not a blind man. I like his judgment.
Yeah,
If you get where I'm going here,
yeah, I get it. I think we
that
got
couch look mighty nice.
That's why the Falcons took him, because
Wait, what?
I would have taken.
The hell you saying?
There
there were attractive people on the couch for
was
Mr.
an attractive person on the couch rubbing his leg. And I said, "Okay, well, this looks like a man with nice judgment."
I wasn't looking at TV, so I had no. I was. Oh, Pierce's couch.
Yes.
What is this woman?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I say,
Who
I
we
see
who
a
we
nice
believe
judgment there.
who we believe to
We
be.
believe this is not a blind man.
Well, at least you can
Good
see. At
vision.
least he's got
Yep,
2020.
good vision. At least not Ray Charles.
No,
Yeah, good vision.
no need to Stevie Wonder here. Hey, look, it's Carson Beck.
Yes. Where did the Ravens go here?
Boy, it's fast.
Pierce, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
No, I mean, I was thinking he looked quick. It just Ohio State was overwhelming. I was thinking as I watched him. Yeah.
I mean, do you think this is where Campbell goes?
To Baltimore?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, Baltimore needs a goddamn good break in life. I don't even know what they need for it. I'm really trying to think of what they need.
I mean, they need Lamar to perform in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
I mean,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
there's
That's how they
Too
need
bad.
it.
Like, I'll be honest with you, he didn't.
How do you
He had two bad.
how do you get your quarterback to perform better?
What do you mean? How do you get him to perform better?
That's
You just put bigger guys in front of him. So if they're gonna be smart,
But,
and that's what they
like,
need.
What I was about to say is the reason why they pretty much lost that game is because he fumbled twice in critical plays and critical opportunities and gave momentum back to Buffalo. So, like, he played good other than those two plays that costed the team the game.
and
The defense is
Oh yeah,
still
Jay
dominant.
got hurt too. Jay got hurt also.
Who?
John Morant. Jay wasn't here
Oh,
when Conrad said Ja fell on his
But
head.
they're up by what, 26? But he got
Just
hurt.
before they got up, he said he fell on his hip and had to go to the locker room.
Not the hit.
Yeah, and that ain't
Clips.
that's not a big man either.
The clips are up as well right now.
Do you go tight end at Baltimore after Mark Andrews debacle?
well, I had heard that before that they might take a tight end and trade Andrews.
I've did hear about the Trey Andrews. I've heard.
I like the kid from LSU. I've been saying that from the start on
Mason
Monday. I
Taylor?
thought that, yeah.
Son of Jason Taylor.
Jason.
Taylor.
Jason.
Jackson Dart mom, double smash. Just want to throw that out.
I must have missed it. I didn't see your Smith on those. I look for those too.
See, we
He breaks
Double
his
smash.
Conrad.
we take a quarterback that comes from good genes.
I remember Andre Iguodala was one of them when Luka got drafted. Talking about damn, Miles look nice.
This is the silent part of our show.
Yes.
Everyone be quiet.
So we got the Lions,
We got the Lions.
Washington.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Pittsburgh in the first round at 21. 21? Where the fuck am I?
Where are you at?
We're on
Back
27.
at 21.
Fast forward. I'm gonna say we're
How's
on
it work?
27. Yeah.
Hell.
What do you mean?
I
But
bet,
27.
I was like,
I'll bet
what the fuck?
I bet you anything they take Derek Harmon.
Yeah, right. Bet
You
the house
can-
on
actually, I actually forgot who they took, so I'm like sitting here wondering.
it.
I know now, Mike, but
No, I know.
four.
It's funny. I didn't even think about Harmon because I thought he'd be gone before that. I never even thought that as a possibility. Yeah, I assumed he was gone. I assumed they were going quarterback first.
Oh, I thought if Shador made it there, it was like cut and dry. Like that's what was happening.
Well, I thought it was still a shot they took Dart. I mean, because they talked about that too. I just didn't think they were going to D-line. But again, I wonder, and we'll never know, did they think it was a possibility of Harmon being there? Because I don't think most of us thought he was going to be there.
Right.
I don't think I've seen a single mock draft for Harmon.
I wonder if all
other versions
businesses
when they
just took
drafted
the day
D-linemen.
off.
Huh?
What if all businesses just took the day off tomorrow? Except like food places.
Did you?
Oh,
you know,
in Green Bay. Yeah.
Shot to Dell tomorrow.
Look at these guys drinking, having fires.
they were talking about potentially in a couple of years the draft going to round 1, and then the following week do round 2, and then you lead into the rest of the draft on the weekend. That weekend. So
That's
you
too
move
much.
it. Yeah, so you
That's
move it to you move the draft to Friday. So it's a Friday event. You only do round 1, and then the following Friday you do round 2, and then you go the rest of your rounds throughout the weekend.
But why
That's
why
too
why
Why
make it
would
a
why
week?
wouldn't you just go Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
More buzz. The NFL wants to be in the limelight.
He
for
just
as
saying
long
because the
as
NFL always wants to take over everything. I don't
But-
put it past them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the dumbest thing I've heard, but it's not surprising if it happens. I've never sat down and watched rounds 2 through 7. Partially because
I'm gonna put it like this: if they did that,
Missing
I'm not
out,
giving up. No, because even tomorrow, I'm not giving up. I'll give up the NBA for the one night. And the only reason I'm even not tuning as much is we're doing a show, but I'm not giving up for the second round of playoff NBA basketball. I'm not going to miss the Lakers game for that. Malachi Starks, by the way, is the pick from Georgia.
good pick.
They'll put him back there with Hamilton.
Yep.
was getting older and got hurt in the playoffs.
Well,
I should have went receiver, but I like that.
They
I
trust
agree
him.
with that.
so now I gotta think Detroit's
Hey, Mom,
going Will Johnson.
Malachi Starks,
Mhm.
rising star. Malachi Starks, mom, Miss Starks. Rising star.
Mrs. Starks, his guy.
Yeah. How are we feeling about this suit?
A lot of pink.
Yeah. Is that like the theme this year? Is like guys wearing at least some part of their suit is pink?
Hot pink.
I feel like there's been a good amount.
Yeah, it doesn't get my pink. I'm not against pink suits. Yeah, I got some
No,
pink dress
no.
shirts. That was myself.
I don't like it. It's too much. Bring it back to pinstripe. Look like a mobster.
3-piece pinstripe suits.
Yeah, it looked like the penguin.
Zoot suit.
Don't put Will Campbell in that.
I like.
That's actually a decent pink. It's not a bright pink.
No, it's not like Travis Hunter's.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Travis Hunter has hot pink on.
Yeah, the highlighter. Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically a Barbie pink.
His man got a little love on the screen right there.
Yeah, Starks' suit is just made of bubblegum.
This kid is good.
Yeah, that's more of a. You're right. That's more of a bubblegum pink. Yeah, that's
Kid
like
is-
the what's the bubblegum with the yellow wrapper?
Oh, double bubble.
Yeah, it's like double
Yeah,
bubble.
yeah. It's the really hard double bubble that you got to chew for like 5 hours.
Yeah,
to
get to chew the hell out of it just to get to
Yeah.
It's like a chewing
all the
pork.
flavors going.
Ah. Bazooka Joe for anybody that played Little League.
Boom.
Where's the big board at? I feel like they haven't been on the big board. I'm trying to figure out who's on the board. Just
Not bad.
I gotta think it's Will. I gotta think this is Will Johnson.
Johnson, Wiggins, Humphreys, and you add Starks to that.
Oh, and Will Johnson will be a Michigan guy staying in Michigan.
Exactly. It makes too much sense
Now
to
you
not.
have Hutchinson and Johnson, both as Michigan guys. I'm not sure if he's originally from Michigan, but he went to Michigan at least.
That's a good question. I don't know where Will Johnson's from.
I know they were trying to hope they were hoping for Shamar Stewart to drop to them or Malachi, but they're both off the board. You guys might be
Trey.
right. Stop.
Trey,
Yeah.
born in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh,
wow.
yeah,
He's from Detroit.
he's going there. Yeah, that's science self delivered.
No brainer.
Going to dryer.
Damn, so Clips up almost 20 on the Nuggets.
And I didn't know this. His dad Dion played at Michigan in the 90s.
Really? Okay.
Because I'm
Will Johnson.
Will Johnson, Detroit.
we're supposing.
Board.
Yeah.
Will Johnson is from Detroit, Michigan,
Hey, you play in Michigan.
and he played in Michigan. They could use DB help, so it just seems obvious.
Right,
Yeah,
and
the
right, and
Clippers
they
are,
need
And he's that gritty guy that Dan Campbell would like.
exactly. It makes
Clippers
too
are
much
up
sense.
243 on the Nuggets right now.
They're up what?
How much?
63 to 43.
So 2 blowouts.
Yeah, both blowouts. Okay, see, we ain't missing nothing. This ain't doing anything good for NBA ratings. And I was kind of worried. Like, damn, I'm probably gonna miss a good game. I ain't really missed squat today.
It's
I'll be back
Beyonce.
tomorrow. Yeah, they better not do that stretch out there. But Jay, I mean, to your point with the thing about them stretching out, the NFL's trying to take over every. NFL's trying to take over every day. And even Christmas, they're doing 3 games this year now. We're gonna start having 7 days a week.
7 days a week of football. Because eventually there's going to be like a 24-game schedule, to be honest with you. Season's going to end in mid-March.
I don't see how they I don't see how they could do Tuesdays. You got to at least give one day.
They did last year.
They did.
Yeah,
They did
In
every
the
day.
season, like really late in the season.
Yeah, but they still did it. And they still took
They'll
over.
pull it off.
I mean, it's like bowl season and stuff like that. I'm talking like on the regular. No, you got to give a day in between. Like,
It sounds right, but they keep pushing the issue more and more. They don't care. Because at the end of the day, they're like, people are going to watch as long as the jerseys are there. People don't care who's in the jersey. They're just going to watch.
But man, Jacksonville.
That was
Right,
the whole
Jackson-
test with the whole Friday game last year with the Green Bay and Eagles. They want to see how many ratings, and it was very high ratings.
Right. What were you saying about Jacksonville, Conrad?
Oh, my
No, I
God.
was saying games they were like Tuesday night, Jacksonville and Cleveland. Put that on. Ain't nobody trying to watch that Tuesday. Man. Yeah, like
But you know crazy about it? Somebody's still going to watch because we be getting crap Thursday games, and we be on Twitter, and I'll be like, man, does that mean y'all watching this right now? Like, man, the Lakers playing the Nuggets on TNT. I mean, I know it's only game 10, but I'm sorry. I'm about to watch these hoops. I'm going to watch that game. I'm not that person, but there's plenty of people that are. They're like, I'm watching. I don't care who on there. Especially with fantasy football, that make people really fantasy football and gambling, make people just be like, you know what? I know I already care about the Browns, but I do got that second receiver. So I'm going to watch.
Right. Let me check the parlay.
Yeah, right. Or you checking your parlay. That's what fantasy football and all that is really.
Pick is in.
No, actually, they didn't. They went Tyreek Williams from Ohio State.
Wow.
They did not go. Will
They went-
Will.
They went
They
in
went
Ohio
completely
State.
opposite. They went to Ohio State. No, but remember that's what I was saying before that I said Detroit. I thought that was why who was it, the Falcons traded up because I thought Detroit was gonna try to take a D lineman originally.
Well, they needed help
Because
on
they
that.
kept talking about they wanted to put something next to
Hutch.
Hutchinson. And then remember they went out and got old boy from Cleveland. They traded for a D lineman. They only had him for the rest of the year and they let him walk. I can't think of the guy's name. He was in Cleveland last year. Because they've been trying to get other people to take pressure off of Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
yeah. You're talking about. Like, they traded for him.
Yeah, they traded for him.
Yeah.
But it was the last year deal.
Yeah.
I think that's his name. He just got cut though. Didn't he
Well,
just
you
get
said
cut?
who? You said
The
who?
Darius or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
right?
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. It's Darius.
He just got
Yeah,
cut.
it's
didn't he?
Darius Smith, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
then they let him go, which is
Big
why I
ass
was
dude.
like, okay, well, maybe looking at D-line. Because the point was to get Smith to help protect Hutchinson, and they let him go, so clearly they weren't sold on it, which now makes sense when the Tyreek Williams pick comes in. And it costs you significantly less because you got him on rookie deal.
That's a big guy. I didn't realize he was that big.
Well, Tyreek's a big dude.
Wow.
So,
I
Three.
don't know.
that's the door to the Browns scenario Mike said is pretty much looking like unless somebody does the Lamar Jackson trades back into the first round to end here.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause we clearly know Washington,
Although
Buffalo, Kansas City, and the Eagles could go after
I was gonna say John's prediction of a big move is still out there.
Well, no, that's what I said. Yeah, unless somebody trades back up.
Yeah.
You know, similar to how Lamar, remember the last pick, they trade up and say, all right, we're taking Lamar now to make sure he doesn't make it to day 2. So you do got that possibility.
Mhm.
As life itself.
Because I just assume if the Browns are sitting there, they're taking him unless he just
I would think so
absolutely.
at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, unless he absolutely wet the bed and
I'm moving
in
out
their
of my
interview they
bathroom.
just read on Rockland.
And frankly, if for some reason Shador doesn't make it to them, I would imagine they're going to take Milrow.
Calls for the perfect,
The
ridiculously
Browns.
creamy
We're talking about.
Jimmy Dean griddle cakes. Your family's pancakey, sausagey, griddle cake, sweet and savory favorite.
We got a commercial.
I am curious to see why Will Johnson slipped so much.
Conrad putting commercials.
Yeah, honest. So the only thing the only thing I can guess with Will Johnson falling so far is I know there were some teams that apparently had concerns with his knee, but
Of course I know
His knee was is as bad as Abdul Carter's foot, which is weird.
oh no,
Mm.
yeah, that's why it surprises me because he's already fixed the knee. I haven't heard that it's gonna, I haven't heard anybody say like, oh, it's like still hurting him or anything like that. So
Yeah, I'm just amazed that it's one thing that slipped. I mean,
like I said, I thought Detroit was a slam dunk. Just because everything was pointing that way, especially need. I mean, they were talking the last 2 years on how, man, this team could really make some noise if they had a, deep secondary.
Jimmy Butler is most likely missing tomorrow's game.
That's it for them.
Injury.
Yeah, I was already worried about him when he left last time, but
the three-fer is on.
man, they are cooking. Doors getting cooked on Twitter. Yeah, they cooking Shador on Twitter.
Let's sit down for a stand-up deal. 3 times the flavor, 3 times the.
Hell no! Somebody got a gift for Shannon Sharp interviewing Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay.
Oh God!
Yo,
25,000 a cheek.
It's
Wow.
hell no!
You have struggles. We are going to get the most amount of money we can.
all right, they need to hurry up these last 4 picks. It's been 3 hours. You don't need to
seriously.
take these. You know what you
I know.
want.
I'm like, come on.
Like, you don't need to go commercial. Like, this is it.
I forgot they.
For the baby,
uh,
the poor baby getting rocked around.
Oh, that baby was gonna start.
I forgot Washington signed.
I
Tim.
saw her out, and the baby was like bouncing
Mom,
around. I was
stop.
like, God,
Mom,
damn.
stop.
Oh, they like that pick.
Mike Green.
For the first time since 2002, so the Commanders, who had a sensational season and brilliantly, Nick said last year on the draft.
Who they
I
got?
thought Mike Green would be off the board by now too. Yeah, I thought Mike Green would be off the board by now.
Who'd they take?
They haven't picked yet. I mean, or at least I haven't.
They're talking about they might take Mike Green.
They're talking about Mike Green, but I thought he was gonna go higher because he did.
So I've kept seeing Mike Green to the Eagles.
I can see that actually.
Replace
Because now
Green.
you get to go replace Sweat. Yeah, you replace Sweat.
Sweat
You get another pass rusher.
Yeah. All right, this makes sense.
David Daniels had a lot to do with that. Yeah. No, overall, the culture, the buzz, the energy, the juice, he brought a lot of that. 29th pick.
Okay, so Josh Conley Jr. So they went with a tackle. So now they got Tunsil and him to go
To protect.
both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Smart.
now he's booking in. They're basically booking him for Jaden.
Yeah.
Tackle, Oregon.
Yeah. Been the Eagles' defensive line that caused them to think about that?
Yes.
Yes.
Hell yeah, they
I mean,
did.
plus at the end of the day,
You gotta protect your franchise.
You got a guy like
No,
that.
100%.
Yeah, you got the franchise quarterback. You got
Here's the guy.
It would be crazy for you not to go out there.
We always say that. I mean, you gotta protect your franchise. Like right here, Buffalo should probably go offensive line.
Agreed. I'd probably go Simmons.
Or corner.
I'll make one observation. I will make one observation. I do not like linemen coming out of Oregon because they're always a speed option team, something like that. And I just don't see where.
That's a good
No,
pick.
I mean that's just me. I
That's fair.
just feel like linemen and all the ones that come out gone after 2 years. You never hear about them. I mean, please, if you guys could name one offensive lineman that's, relevant from Oregon.
Ain't Penei Sewell
Who?
from Oregon or Sewell?
I think
No,
so.
isn't Penei Sewell from Washington?
Yeah.
Is that right? I gotta check. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure
I get
Penei
your
Sewell.
point. I was just trying to think about him.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I think Buffalo needs a.
Oh no, he did go to Oregon. I thought he went to Washington.
He is Oregon.
Oh, okay. Well, stand corrected.
There's one.
But no, but it's still, but no, that doesn't make you necessarily wrong because it's still only one. So that doesn't make, that doesn't make you one. It's only wrong because it's one person. I don't know if it's Herb or Rod. Either Herb or Rod. One of those two just picked One of those two just checked in. I don't know. Is this Herb or Raj? Is this on the chat right now?
Yes. Going to the Commanders with the 29th pick out of Oregon.
But no, like I said, it's not a bad observation because with the exception of Sewell, I can't think of any other Oregon linemen that balled out. As you say that, even if you think about all the Chip Kelly years and all that, I mean, I'm trying to think. You're right. I can't think.
Right.
Skill people. You put out that.
It's always Herb.
It's always Herb. No,
What up,
take
Herb?
something about her. Appreciate it.
Herb loves you guys. Raj is a bum.
Yeah, why we record all the birthday videos for Raj? Why we record all the birthday videos for Raj? If it's like that.
And we love the herb.
We know Shador ain't going here.
No, it'd be really weird if he did. In fact, it'd be really weird if he went with any of the next 3 picks.
Well, no, that's why I said we got to Washington. I was like, the only way he goes now is if somebody trades back up because I was like, at this point, you got.
Come on, Buffalo. The pick is in, man. They're so delayed, man. I hate this. The pick is in. They're literally just standing there shaking hands. Yeah, thank you.
No,
Buffalo's pick is in, and now we will talk about things for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Like something like.
Somehow Tennessee's pick.
Get to the most important team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go.
Brian Dable, by the way, just announced the rest is your starter.
Yeah, I mean,
he actually just announced in the press conference.
No, I don't. It doesn't surprise me. They paid him so much money. I expected him to
So
start.
stupid.
Well, no, I didn't say it confirmed. I asked you.
That's why I don't like that guy. He's just an idiot. What's this
Dable?
guy? Why is that guy? Oh, he's sitting down. Never mind. All right, let's see what the Buffalo Bills. Keon Coleman was their pick last year.
The Bills make us wanna.
After helping the Chiefs
Nobody
get first.
like the Bills.
Or the Bills going to trade back and then help the Chiefs do something again.
Oh God! I forgot.
Wow.
Here, have Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, here, let's give him a gift. You know what? Another gift.
You don't think they're gonna go corner right now?
That's their weakest position, in my opinion.
I mean, Will Johnson.
Yeah, he's still.
So Will
sitting there.
Johnson ended up becoming the guy we thought it was going to. Who did we think was going to be early?
Last year,
The guy
it was Tyler Warren. We
Yeah,
thought it was
but
going to be Tyler Warren.
We'll just keep throwing him on every team until he gets drafted. Now,
All right.
sorry, just keep throwing Will
What is
Johnson.
he?
Is it just going to be corners every year now?
I think we're just making
Whatever
them corner.
just keep slipping. We'll just say, all right, fine. That's the guy. That's the guy.
Okay, now.
If it sticks to that, then Cooper win the second round. So we're not getting that.
So Will,
Yeah, if that's what.
although there sits the Eagles. So if the trend's really gonna keep up,
the Denver Rockets are forces.
yeah,
Yeah.
those are nice.
He's been rocking them.
I don't pay attention to that motherfucker.
You love that guy. You got his fat head on your wall.
Matter of fact, let this guy finish the rest of the show. I like him much better. The guy got on stage. Let him finish the rest of the draft. Actually, looks like your Eagles are trading up. So the Eagles are about to take the Kansas City pick.
For the second time tonight, we have the opportunity to grant a wish for a deserving young man. Now,
So,
first pick,
yeah.
his favorite team.
Don't know what they traded for yet, but
So weird.
that's coming.
Tommy is a 16-year-old living with a neuromuscular disorder. He's a huge Buffalo Bills fan, and he's here with me to make the announcement for his beloved Bills. Go ahead, Tommy. Let's go, Buffalo!
Wow. They go corner.
With pick in the 2025
Hey,
NFL
what corner?
Draft, the Buffalo Bills.
With Maxwell Harrison.
Maxwell Harrison.
Kentucky. Again, your boy Will Johnson slipping.
Still continues to fall. Wow. And the Eagles just trade. Apparently, if the Eagles traded up to the 31st pick, could this be?
Yeah, that's why I said the Eagles just swap picks and maybe come through in a second.
Oh, there it is.
Screw the Chiefs over again.
Got a steal of a corner in last year's draft. Do they try to get another?
So they traded. They just swapped picks, and then the Eagles, and then the Chiefs got the 164th pick. So if the Chiefs weren't convinced that much, they really want something. Why not? There's only one spot.
Right.
I don't mind. If I'm the Chiefs.
I just got it on my TV too. Eagles straight up.
Any day,
You know-
you got me.
Great speed. I think this guy's a really, really
The Super Bowl champions.
good man to man.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. If you do, he's a fifth round pick. Maybe you find something in there.
Yeah.
He got a really quick reactor. He's very instinctive.
Kentucky represent.
Speed in Buffalo, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Skinny and
it's
buff.
gonna work. Yeah, that's not. Y'all put some on your bones, boy.
It's a bit cold. It's a bit cold in the area.
Is it gonna be a little too brisk for him?
Yeah.
That wind gonna blow him over?
Yeah, man.
I don't know
All the speed
though.
in the world trying to
Keon
get
Coleman
you.
loves it.
Yeah, I
Well,
can
no,
see
I mean,
that. Yeah.
There's a big
Huh?
fan base. Like the fan base. Oh, she 183. He ain't got no way to move.
Well, I mean, they got that brand new stadium coming in that's going to seat 89,000 people. They'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, it does look like a really nice stadium.
It better be. Raise all of the goddamn
Well,
taxes.
Yahoo's mock draft got it right. At the bottom of Yahoo's draft, they said that's right. We have Shador dropping into the second round.
Well, looks like they hit the nail on the head here.
All right. Stop talking to the family. Let's go.
Yeah, I said looks like they hit the nail on the head.
Marvin, I think one of the most emotional moments for the night for me was watching you hug your son and brought tears to.
So this could be green.
Yeah, where he got called.
You want it to be green?
No, I don't want it to be green.
I do. I don't even know who green is. Who's green?
He's a edge rusher from Marshall.
Probably. We lost an edge rusher. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Actually, Maggie, the mock a lot of mock drafts have the kid from BC coming out here as a Rocco Donovan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said he was more
That
impressive.
replaces
Than
that's their heir to Lane, I would think.
Yeah.
In the mirror, how do you think you did?
Although, if I were them, I would take the guy out of Minnesota.
I thought he's an edge rusher.
Your energy. You are known as a high character leader at Kentucky. What is Buffalo getting in you?
Man, Buffalo, they getting the ultimate competitor, the ultimate fit, and they
That
getting
dude
somebody
is
that's gonna
extra
get us.
happy.
Let's get to work.
All right, congratulations. Out of that jacket.
So your boy Josh Simmons on the board. Any chance you turn for the Eagles next year?
huh?
Said Trey's boy Josh Simmons still on the board, isn't he?
Yes.
Who?
Josh
Look at-
Simmons, he's an offensive
Look how much his debt died off too. It was slant.
I think they just were like, all right, well, we got our guy. We can go home now.
Yeah, we're good.
We saw the Packers pick. Oh my god, I don't need another Dell Technologies commercial.
Do y'all think Green Bay did the right thing going receiver? That is way against their normal draft pattern.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. They could always. I think if he can be an actual number one for them, like
I know
that's
they're looking
helpful.
for it.
Yeah.
You think he's a plug and play, ready to go number one?
He's gonna have to be.
Yeah, he has to be. 'Cause this
He has to be.
Always hurt. How to win quarterback? You got to shore up that defense, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to each his own.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta give Jordan Love some weapons too. You got to try to give him a little bit more than what he had this year, and try to give him some sort of number one or potential number one coming down the stretch. So, getting a receiver in this position is good. I also need to try to go get a running back in the draft. Oh wait, no, they got
They got Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs. That's right. Never mind.
But most teams now are running at least two guys,
Yeah.
just in the way they operate their offenses.
And they
So
got rid of AJ Dillon too, right? So
yeah, they let him go.
yeah.
Let me ask you a question real quick. If
Yeah.
Green Bay would hit on DK, would this be a whole different conversation we're having right now?
If they what?
If they hit on DK instead of the Steelers, if
Oh,
Green
if they
Bay
trade
still
for
had him for
Oh, if they had traded for DK,
yeah, they wouldn't have
Right.
taken a receiver here.
yeah, they would have taken the receiver because their DK would have been the guy. So I don't know what they would have drafted, but it wouldn't have been that. If I was them, I would have definitely went for DK because I've been saying forever, like it's nice to say we can spread the offense, all these different receivers. That's all fine, but sometimes you need a guy when shit's tight. You say, okay, I need a first down. I know this is my guy, like Kelsey.
Mhm.
When shit can take Mahomes, all right, Kelsey gonna be right here. AJ Brown from the Eagles, like, or Justin Jefferson with the Vikings. The Packers don't have that guy.
Right.
So
I mean, I would
I've been saying that forever with them.
I would guess that if they got DK and therefore didn't take a receiver, they probably would have gone O-line.
I think they would have went DB.
Yeah,
Green Bay?
I can see
Yeah,
O-line.
after Eric Stokes didn't work out.
Well, and they keep trying to trade Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
So
Makes it easier for when you can. I mean, if he's there next round, I mean, he will be. I don't see the Eagles taking a corner here. They got 5 corners on the roster right now.
They have an edge.
They have to go edge because they lost Josh Sweat. They need someone on the and they lost Brandon Graham.
You can take that kid from BC. Oh, freak.
Yeah, I don't think at this point you could go wrong with either the kid from BC or Green I mean, those are the two. Unless you have one that you really love, like outside of those two.
They must have really been convinced the Chiefs were going to take. I mean, for them to trade one spot with them, were y'all that convinced the Chiefs were going to possibly take?
Well, when that happens, when it's like a one spot trade like that, I always feel like maybe they were hearing rumblings of somebody else trying to trade.
Somebody else trying to take the spot.
Yeah.
Yourself. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But
Yeah,
that
like,
wasn't much of a
giving
there
my
wasn't much
fifth
of a
round pick
trade,
just-
so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just giving away the 5th round pick just to move one spot. But again, like you said, makes sense. If they thought somebody else was going to take the person they wanted, then here you go.
Oh no.
Jahad Campbell.
Oh Jesus, that's who he fucking went to. You guys get all the damn SEC guys that drop down the draft.
Let's go.
I feel like maybe
Once
the
again,
Giants just shouldn't play next year. I feel like we
it's
should just
another
take a year
like
off.
this is another huge steal.
I feel like we should just take a year off.
We needed a backer.
Yeah, sure he did.
That's mine. Let's go.
I forgot he was there.
Oh, baby. Let's go. Oh, we have it with Nakobe Dean, baby. Oh. And we got Zach Bond back for 4 years. Oh.
Okay, Giants, we can't play Jackson Dart this year. We just can't.
Look how, dude, this was a monster.
He's a big boy.
He's a big ass dude.
He will die.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Welcome.
that's why I didn't like it, because I knew how freaking big he is.
Another 20 minutes. The Chiefs immediately put their pick in. We still got to wait 20 minutes.
Yep.
Welcome to Philly, bro. Welcome to Philly.
Yeah, the Chiefs had their pick in before he even got to the stage. And the NFL got to milk this last little 15 minutes.
There's a good chance that the Chiefs put their pick in as soon as they were told they could, which was while we were still finding out that the Eagles had put their pick in.
But again, it makes sense. You were already there at the spot, so I knew I went back one. Unless he was.
I know they're not taking who we want, so
yeah.
Or else I'm not making the trade.
Right.
6'2", 230. Let's go.
Plenty speed.
And he's fast as shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're all gonna die.
All my Eagles chat, like, I don't like this pick. This is a terrible pick. I'm like, bro, you never watch college football.
Yeah, this dude.
Your Eagles
We
fans
have
are
5 corners on our team.
Yeah.
We have Kele Ringo still. We have
Look at that.
Cooper
Oh,
Quinion. He attacks.
Blankenship.
He reminds me a lot of what's his face from Houston.
Will Anderson.
Will
Yeah.
Anderson.
I mean, cut from the same Alabama cloth.
Yeah.
Fast, can move on the ball, can explode.
Notable Eagles front 7: Carter Davis Smith, Zach Vaughn, and Jihad Campbell.
The SEC All-Star team.
Pretty damn much.
Breaking news: the Houston Texans trade Will Anderson to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I quit football.
Anyways.
Yeah. So hockey, everybody. Yeah.
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 The Texans have a first round pick.
Yeah, they were picked.
They traded it.
Oh yeah, they traded
Traded it, right?
To the Giants. Yeah.
Giants.
Yeah, that was the Jackson Dart pick.
They're desperate for offensive tackle. I don't know why they would trade out of the first round. And if they figured
Are they desperate for offensive tackle? Because they traded their supposed best one.
I mean, I think they gave up the second most sacks last year.
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't be desperate
Yeah.
for offensive tackle. I just don't know if they actually are.
Yeah.
Why is the video quality of their draft room so bad?
Who?
The Eagles. Oh,
no, we don't worry about cameras.
It cleared up.
We worry about window. We worry about winning. Howie said, "Fuck that shit. Take the camera."
Hey, Adam, how's it going? Cold. You excited for the draft in Pittsburgh next year?
No. Clippers still beating the hell out the Nuggets. Clippers up 75-54. Halfway through the third.
Wow. This game, is it over? OKC game?
I'm just about to look into that now. That was actually...
Probably is over.
No, 95-83.
Oh, wow.
So I got closer. Okay.
Got to come back a little bit. Nice.
How many minutes left?
30-something seconds. Yeah, 35 seconds left.
Okay, you still got a quarter left. Then try to make it some ground.
Yeah, they got to make a little 5-6-0 run to start the fourth if they have a chance of winning.
Before KC picks, I have a side question. Does anybody know why their mascot is like a wolf?
Who?
The Chiefs.
No idea. I don't understand all the mascots. I
don't
mean,
understand most.
Tina and I were discussing this last night about hockey. Like, she's like, I don't get hockey mascots. I'm like, they don't match anything to do with the team.
No. Explain the Brewers mascot. Explain the Phillies mascot. They have the same thing in baseball.
Actually, I like this pick for the Chiefs. The Chiefs drafted Josh Simmons, so now they got protection.
Okay, so they're protecting. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, again, I wonder whose defensive line told them that might be a good idea. You know, the defensive line that somehow, some way, through hell or high water, just got better.
You see the picture of
but remember they traded Tooney anyway, so they were gonna probably draft a line.
Oh no, they were probably doing it anyway. I'm just saying.
They traded.
You see the picture that of Jay? They have like a mural up, and they have Jalen Carter just his whole hand in Mahomes' face, just going like that. I mean, that should have been an illegal hit to the face, but I loved everything.
That's neither here nor there. You still have the title.
Yeah, I mean, we were gonna win that game regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Darn. And so it is official. Shedeur Sanders
we have survived. We have survived.
3 hours. All right, everyone.
It's almost 4. Shit, it's 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Conrad, thank you for coming on, brother. We appreciate it. Everyone who tuned in and commented, we appreciate you. And we'll make sure you guys subscribe. We'll be on Twitter all weekend, on Instagram, on TikTok. But I know where we're going right now. We all going to The club. Let's go. We out.
No.
Hey, I'm about to I ain't done. I'm about to pour some
No,
shit.
we in.
I'm off tomorrow.
All right, everyone. Well,
Thanks.
appreciate everyone tuning in and commenting and being part of the show. Our third straight year. Next year, we're going to try to get all together so that we can have some fun. So we'll see you guys here next Wednesday or next Thursday at noon for our regular show. See you guys.
Yes, sir.